Number 1 Iron Age Booty Daddy.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Iron Age Nights. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Oh, this is going to be an absolute awesome one. Guys, we made it to Friday, thank God. Oh, good Lord, because when I woke up on Monday, I was like, we're not going to make it. It's all over. It's all down. It was not downhill from there. It was actually an uphill battle, which is a good thing. Wait, never mind. Anyway, let's say hello to the chat before we get into this absolutely fantastic episode.
Hello, chat.
Yes. Hello, chat. Hello, all of you miscreants. They are miscreants. Don't give the chat power. Don't do it. Don't
always give the chat power.
Don't listen to Daniel. He doesn't know what he's talking about. Don't give the chat power.
I don't think you have a choice.
10 Cage, what's going on over in the Rumble chat? We've got 10 Cage up there. Skunk's Workshop, what's going on? Islandian, how are you doing? Lieutenant Bob, but on YouTube, he is known as King Bob. And then
I feel like that's a downgrade.
From
King to Lieutenant. Wasn't he Captain Bob at some point too?
Yes, he can't change his name. The Rumble doesn't let you do the name changes. So, Horizon Talker over in the Rumble chat. Oh, wait, Chatsu just jumped over in the Rumble chat. And he says, remember to double tip so you can smack the butt while pounding the plussy. So for those who don't know, ladies and gentlemen, if you would do me a favor, please be like Nemo. Be like Nemo, ladies and gentlemen. Touch the butt, the like butt, that butt. Always touch the like button, the button. It's really hard to do. It's really hard to do that joke right now. I don't know why. But anyway, yes, guys, if you guys would hit the like button for me over on YouTube and then also the plus button over on Rumble, and especially over on Rumble, it helps a massive amount over there because it actually upranks you actively. So the more likes that you get, you actually start jumping rankings and they actually put you in more visits. I've actually been on the Rumble homepage a couple of times because of that. So,
yep.
Yeah. So Rumble does a really good job with that. So yes, thank you so much.
Like the Rumble.
Yes, it is definitely fun. Over here on YouTube, we've got Horizon Talker. What's going on? 10 Cage, he's double dipping. Double dipping is what we call people that are in multiple chats. And then every so often you'll get the triple dip, which is somebody who is on the live stream and in both chats. And because, they have nothing better to do with their time being on the live stream. I don't know. It's just how they do it.
Nothing better to do with my time, so.
Evelyn, how are you doing? James Craig is down there as well. 10 Cage. I think I said hello to 10 Cage already. Yes. Oh, God.
Nice.
We have Periopsis Press. What's going on, Katie? How are you doing? John.
Hi, Katie.
Douglas. What's going on? Andrew Campbell. Aaron Behringer. How are you doing? King Bob. See, I told you. Redoubt Productions is down there as well. Evelyn. Wait, I think I already said Evelyn Music. Yep, I did. I'm starting to lose track of who I said.
Can you pay attention?
No, I refuse.
God.
We're gonna be in for a long show.
You have no idea. JVP Music is down there as well.
Some
Swift
idea.
Sword Rush, what is going on?
JVP.
Guilty Gearhead, how are you doing? Ladies and gentlemen, we are now off to the races. I'm going to save this guy for last because screw this guy.
Wow. All right. Not like I flew out or anything.
Yeah,
All right, fun.
that was
fun.
a you decision. That wasn't a me decision.
It was kind of a you decision. It's good. Hey, when you coming out? I mean, I guess I can do June. Yeah, you need to come out. Fly out. No.
It's not important.
All right.
It's not important. It's fine.
It's fun. It's fun.
It's fine. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the man, the myth, the legend, the king, the one who bangs on the anvil, and is also putting out a fantastic magazine for the Iron Age called Anvil. Richard from ironage.media. Good sir, how was your week, man?
It's been good. Things are starting to turn up. I've had a little bit of craziness. Thank you. A little bit of craziness this week, but some of the chaos of the past couple weeks has quieted down and getting some things rolling. I've literally was wanting to get some test prints off of the new printer that I got so that I could show them off on stream later tonight. So those are wrapping up, but I'll dart away and grab those later tonight. So
that's awesome.
Excellent.
Sweet.
I am excited for this. Also, the man who goes and not only writes his own books, but also helps you write yours and then helps to make sure that your dream becomes a reality in the novel that you are trying to create and will eventually create with the help of this guy. Daniel P. Riley, good sir, of whimsyland.org. How are you doing?
Oh, I'm doing good.
Awesome.
Nothing really to report. My comic book pages are still being created. Been writing all week like I usually do, and the only thing I've got going on is the virtual book signing still going on for the next 2 weeks on fundmycomic.
Awesome, man. How's it doing? It's doing good. Better be doing good.
Yeah, doing good.
Great.
Just about hit the minuscule goal I gave it.
No, but hey, that's a good thing though, man. That's a very good thing. So any goal achieved is a goal won. Or something like that. I don't know.
Would you still count that for baseball?
No, I would not. I would not.
Just wanted to check.
So yeah. Oh, good God. All right, and ladies and gentlemen. Also, I was told by the chat, by a member of the chat, Ram over there in the chat. He popped in. He said, "Say my name, ADWC." All right, Ram, what's going on, Ram? Sorry,
wow, that was loud.
He's been around for a while. Ram's been here for a while.
That's my hearing there for a second.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. All right, ladies and gentlemen, a guy that if you've ever checked out some of the older videos that we've had, or you've actually been here since before all the Ripperverse stuff happened last year, you might know this guy. This is actually my buddy Matt. He flew out for the weekend, and he is here tonight, and we're gonna see how he handles with the new ADWC because it's quite a bit different than how we started.
And I'm quite a bit drunk, so we're all good.
How's your week been, man?
I've been hanging in there. I mean, had a plane ride, had work. We're doing the normal stuff.
Awesome, man.
Yeah,
awesome.
I'd tell you what I'm working on, but nobody cares about retail. It's fun.
It's true. Nobody cares about retail. All right.
An honest man right there.
Well, yeah, that's one way to talk about it. I've
always been honest. You just don't always appreciate it.
And without any further ado, for everybody down in the chat, I do hope that everybody is aware of this campaign because it is absolutely fantastic. I've covered it a couple of times here on the channel through independent videos as well as live streams. But we have the absolute legends behind the completely out of left field, awesome book known as AR-13L, The Little Mercmaid. We have Piper and Eric. How are you doing?
Doing great. Happy to be here.
Good, man. Good.
I appreciate the fluff on my ego.
Yeah.
Can always count on Royce for a good intro.
Clearly not, but okay.
Sarcasm, man. Sarcasm.
Oh, how have your weeks been? And I will be the gentleman here. Piper, we'll start with you. How's your week been?
Pretty busy so far. I was out at a convention last week, so this week I'm catching up work. But luckily work is writing and editing comics, so it's
There you
fun.
There you go.
I want
That's-
that job.
That's not a bad job to have. Yeah, you have to have talent to have that job.
Oh well. Even though I'm good.
Not wrong.
Eric, how are you doing, sir?
Doing great. It's been a pretty productive week as far as the comics go. I've got, of course, Mercmaid, which you so fondly mentioned earlier. And then I got the British Bulldog book I'm working on. And I got a wrestling gig tomorrow night in Beckley, West Virginia. I'll be set up at.
There you
So,
go.
Lots going on.
That's
Sounds
never
awesome.
a bad thing. That is never a bad thing to have lots going on. So, well, I do have to ask this question. Now, I know. Pixel messaged me. He's like, dude, he says I should be in the background of the thumbnail, like, and they should definitely be in the foreground. And I'm like, well, you know what? I'm an idiot. So this is the thumbnail that you get. And one of these days,
I watched him make it. It was very frantic. There was lots of flurries of motion, a lot of swearing. We got what we got. It's fine.
He's
Sounds
not.
about right.
That is actually not a lie. That's not even remotely close to a lie. that was pre-drinking too. That was before the beer started.
Yeah, it was about 9 o'clock.
So, how is it that both of you got started in, I guess, the creative world, a comic books world, and then eventually we'll get to how you guys got involved with AR-13L. So, who would like to start?
Go ahead, Piper. Ladies first.
Oh, you just throw her under the bus like that?
Dang, man. Okay, well, I started out trying to draw and write comics when I was really young, and those probably sucked. And then later I discovered how people were crowdfunding comics, and I was like, oh, so I can actually do this. Like, I can get my foot in the door, so that's cool. And at first I started helping other crowdfunders edit their comics, which was a lot of fun, just taking really good ideas and helping them polish them until they're like the best. Yeah, I thought you'd get it. Yeah. It's amazing, even if it's not your book. It's so amazing. It's so fun to see them grow. My problem is I keep teaching them how to write comics. So then they stop rehiring me for future books.
Really
That
bad
happens.
model.
Working yourself out of a job there.
Yeah, like, I'm like, I need to stop telling y'all how to do this and just edit instead.
This is why magicians never reveal their secrets. I mean,
Yeah,
Yeah.
you gotta charge what
Or
the difference here is that you have editing and then you have consulting. And consulting costs, like 10 times as much as the editing. So
I keep getting into these books they're doing and throwing in the consulting part is part of the editing part. That's where I'm going wrong. I'm sorry, there's something in my
That's
eye.
what I did. No, you're fine.
Oh, you're fine.
And then
Yeah.
finally, I'm like, well, I have a lot of stories that I want to tell too. Especially, I love just making up characters and then building around them. So, so now I've got a couple of written books under my belt,
it's awesome.
That's
Awesome.
awesome.
and
What's,
plans for 1 million more. Like there's 2 more in the works right now. Like,
Feel free to drop any links that you want over in the private chat on StreamYard, and we will make sure to get any links that you guys want shared out into the live chat. So, because if the one rule that I have, well, I guess I have 2 rules. One, don't get me kicked off of YouTube, please, because this is very fun. But there's
No
a lot of things you
promises.
can say. Once you hit the 2-hour mark, YouTube stops caring. We've said some interesting things after that point. The second rule that I have is if you have something to shill, baby, shill. Like, come on.
hey.
We got people here. We got people here who are interested in the things that we're doing. So we might as well say, hey guys, if you've got some extra dollars in your pocket that you're willing to part with, maybe check out the fantastic works here. And that way we can build the culture by getting more and more people to come over to your side of the aisle. So, Eric, How about yourself, sir? How did you get involved in all of this?
Well, making comics is probably one thing that I've always wanted to do since I was a little kid, and my dad gave me his comic collection, and I just fell in love with it, I guess. So it's always been something I've strived for. I went through college a couple of times, and so back in 2005, I did my first self-publishing gig, and started doing some satirical humor books back in the day, and then just kind of kept doing that. Anytime a story would come along that I wanted to do, I'd kind of do that. And I got into web comics early with a popular web comic called Chad the Fat Kid, which ran for a couple of years, and then kind of bouncing forward a little while, somebody started doing these reviews with a comic on their leg, and find myself in Comicsgate. I've got Roddy Piper published book and a webtoon called Dreaded Dinosaur Man, and now I'm involved with this lovely crew working on Mercmaid. So
that's awesome.
Sweet.
They're so. I'm never surprised every single week. I never cease to be surprised. Just the level of talent that's out there, and then where people just kind of come from. And it's everybody's always got just this different place that they've come from that got them to where they are, and just a different journey that got it. I mean, it's similar walking paths, but a different journey overall. And it's really cool to just kind of hear how people get involved and then kind of network in this world that we ended up in. I mean, I'm very new to this world myself. I mean, not necessarily like I've known about it for a long time, but being on YouTube, that's only really been that's a very different thing for me. And now here I am sitting down talking with unbelievably talented people every week, and I have no business doing that.
I totally get that. Like, I mean, 8-9 years ago, I responded to a Craigslist ad for a band.
We're not
Yeah,
talking
and
about
then
it,
fast forward 9 years, here I am on a podcast, nothing to do with music, and I'm still surrounded by more talent on this podcast than I ever have been. Like, I just
we appreciate that.
Oh God. So how did both of you get involved with the Little Mermaid project?
we didn't really give Pixel a choice.
Yeah. Oh.
Well,
my chat.
Seriously, that's exactly how it happened. He comes up with this brilliant meme and throws it on there as a shit post, and the internet just responded like, "Please make this real. I hope this is real."
So many shut up and take my money. Yeah.
And her and I roll into his DMs like within a day or so of this happening. It's like, I'm telling him I'm drawing this for you, and she's telling him she's already got a story for it. So it just kind of all came together.
That's
awesome.
That's awesome. I didn't even see the meme. I wasn't even aware.
Well, the thing I was curious about is if I didn't realize this until I saw a post about Eric Nienoltowski's art that was a few weeks ago, but I guess it started out as like an AI art shitpost, right?
Yeah.
This was back in like August or September,
yeah,
right before it was like death to anyone. It was back whenever using AI art was still comedically bad. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
But the thing that cracked me up is that it's like, here's an idea that I don't think if it had been visualized, it would have gained the traction. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That it had.
Yeah.
And I always think that's one of kind of the fun things is that you can play around with these ideas that nobody would take seriously. Because I mean, I don't know. What's y'all's opinion? If somebody had come to you and said, we're going to do The Little Mermaid as a comic, would that have necessarily resonated with you? As like, you would have thought to yourself, oh yeah, people are going to be demanding for that. You know what I mean? I don't know. To me, that seems like something the market would have had to prove to me they were interested in.
And I think obviously the people working on it can speak to this, but having that AI like visual representation, there was kind of almost a proof of a product there, proof of concept.
Yeah,
kind of gave people an idea like, oh, this is what it could be. And then you get, people, that have some ideas and get it kind of actually going from shitpost to actual like media, then yeah, So like I firmly agree with that. If you didn't have that, it'd just be, hey, lol, okay, that's kind of a cool idea. But all of a sudden you see that AI artwork and then you get a really talented artist involved and actually start making it real, then it starts to become real. And then you can write plot, narrative, characters, and actually make it a
This
thing.
is true.
Right.
I've been on plenty of internet conversations where we should make blah blah blah. Like we should do this, and yeah, that would be hilarious. And then conversation over, and you forget about it.
Right.
So I do think the fact that it was in a visual shit post where you're already looking at a fake comic cover.
Right.
Yeah, that I just want everybody to know the future is built on the backs of memes, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh yeah.
Very true.
That is our timeline.
I'm out. I made it. And we're done. All right.
If that was true, our entire Gilded would be successful.
Right. No, I will say I never would have previously thought that instead of presidential debates, I would have rather had the candidates all get in a Call of Duty lobby together. But after seeing some of the some of the memes going around on YouTube, I actually think that I'd much rather decide make all future political decision based on that.
Yeah.
You haven't seen any of those, have you?
No.
Oh, they are so good.
So a few of them, they are unbelievably. No, I
live under a rock.
I
It's fun.
flat out said I reacted to a guy doing it. And I don't like doing reaction videos, but those things are just so damn fun. And I reacted to a couple of the ones where they're playing D&D. And I said in one of my videos, I was like, if we don't get AI presidential debates where they're just saying the most outlandish shit in 2024, the internet has failed. We need to unplug the internet. It's failed. It's never going to be as great as it once was. We need shit post AI presidential debates, for the love of God.
Yeah,
Like,
AI has really leveled up shit posting and memeing.
Yeah.
And made it easier for other people that maybe can't Photoshop. Made it a little bit easier for them to shitpost and meme.
There is a little bit of tragedy in all this, though, is that I feel like we're going to lose the really god awful Photoshop memes. There's almost a certain charm to the just really horrifically butchered. I can tell this is a meme because I can tell this
Just
is
looks like
Photoshopped
somebody
because of some
cut the head
pixels.
off a picture and taped it over another picture.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I think those will always have a place.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, and there will be people who are just like, okay, this is such a bad meme, it's good. And there are people out there that they just understand that intrinsically.
Mhm.
I would love to lock them up and put them in the wacko shack, but we banned
It's
those
like
a
cult
while
B
ago.
films. They're so bad they're enjoyable.
Oh, I love those. Those are my favorite. The movies that are just so bad they're good.
So I'm happy to hear you say that, because I kind of, is that an influence on this script that you put together? Because I'm kind of curious, like, what's the overall, is this comic like, is it shit post through and through, or is there like some actual seriousness to it, or what's the balance that you've struck there?
There's actual plot, but there are plenty of nods to like existing memes in there a little bit, this and that, without taking attention away from the actual plot. And I would say the actual plot is more inspired by like bad 80s action movies.
Okay, that sounds perfect.
This is a canon film.
That's fun blend.
Oh,
That's awesome.
God.
In some of our initial conversations, Piper was going heavy in a serious direction, and Pixel and I sometimes had to fight for our gags and stuff to stay in there. But we've got a great balance, because you're gonna laugh at the script, you're gonna get engrossed in the script, and you're gonna have a good time.
That's awesome. I guess only curiosity I really have is, coming from what essentially was just a meme on the internet, how challenging was it to actually start to like try and develop a narrative around that? Like, how does that process really start? Like, do you just kind of base the idea off of, kind of the existing like lore behind the character, or do you just kind of start spitballing like the random things that the character could do. And just kind of,
Oh boy. Yeah, it's a little hard when all three people, involved all have a million ideas. So I came in with a base story idea, but we are just in a group spitballing, oh, we should have this, she should do this should happen. And there was so much stuff that I was sitting there going, oh my God, how we fit all this? This is gold. How do we fit all this gold into these pages?
Well, how many pages is the comic?
I need it to be 60, so I need us to hit that stretch goal.
Okay.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen,
there's your plug right there.
They need it to be 60. We need to hit the stretch goal.
I cut it down to 60, and then they were like, oh, but this is supposed to be a 48-page book. And I'm like, no. It's
60 or GTFO.
Yeah.
For those who have not seen the absolutely fantastic trailer of AR-13L, the Little Mercmaid, I'm going to show it off here because I freaking love it. It's amazing. The soundtrack is fantastic. The artwork is fantastic. The lonely dudes out there in the world think it's fantastic. Wait a minute.
For obvious reasons.
There's a lot of starfish in this. Hey, let's go look at the starfish. Oh God, wait, what happened?
What did you do?
Roast failed.
It's on your other monitor.
No, StreamYard just completely blipped out.
Oh.
What the hell?
Only poor craftsman.
That was
blames its
the
tools.
weirdest thing I've ever seen. That was a great lead up to. Damn it. I wanted to be like Star. Why is it doing that? That's crazy. It's actually glitching out right now. It won't show the video. You know what I can do? What I can do is I can actually just pull it up on YouTube because I know how to do that thing. That's ridiculous. I've never actually seen that happen before. It's on Pixel Trader's channel.
I'm just gonna go with this.
Yeah.
Well, things go wrong when I show up.
Fine. I'm okay with that. That's fine.
But you're the reason that there is apparently an eyelash or something in my eye that I've been trying to dig out this whole screen, and I can't get it.
It's all my fault. I swatted at a butterfly as I'm walking through the yard earlier today. That caused that all to happen. It's all my fault.
Yep.
All
Blew
right.
that eyelash into my eye.
Yep. That random gust of winds because of that butterfly.
Oh, that's so great. I love that.
The angelic voice of Pixel Trader doing a parody of
Mermaid. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Metalocalypse.
Hilarious.
That's hilarious.
I think that was playing in all our heads while we were brainstorming ideas in the first
That-
place.
I'll bet.
Okay, so obviously it starts as a meme. It starts as a shit post. And then it gets to a point where the Little Mermaid is rather gifted in many ways. How the hell did that come out as an artistic choice? I just gotta know. I mean, it's a good
Subtle,
one.
Royce. Subtle.
It was subtle.
No.
I didn't come out and be like, hey, she's got some Tego biddies. How'd you guys do? Oh, okay. Anyway.
Well, that's kind of like, since we were like, if we're going to go absurd and kind of 80s movies with this or whatever, like, let's go all the way. Let's, gore. Well, it's the very first
sharks eating people.
Oh, I was about to say cocaine sharks in there. Yeah. It's the first for Arrow Comics new label. Basically, it's debuting the new label of Arrow 3G, which is Girls, Guns, and Gore. So
oh, that's cool.
we put it in there. So basically their less family friendly line of comic books will print under the 3G label.
Nice. So,
Sorry.
you guys have a bunch of different artists that have contributed to this, but with the I was going to say with the various covers and posters, how many different people have kind of tossed things in on this just for the fun of it at this point in time?
Maybe
A
close
lot.
to a dozen now. I mean, we've got several. I don't even know how many other people are involved with the sketch cards, let alone, because Pixel has just been mad contacting everybody he can think of and getting him, in on doing some sketch cards. So as those come in, he posts them. So we're still waiting on some to come in. So
A lot of people
Very
have
cool.
contacted us and just been like, I want to draw something for this because this
Mhm.
looks really fun to draw. And that's why she kind of, she looks a bit different, in different images of her, is because like us, I guess, they took the concept and it just inspired ideas
mhm.
and what they
Mhm.
think a Mercmaid, would look like and this and that. And I love seeing that. I love seeing like everybody's take on just hearing the title and drawing off of that.
Yeah, I can't wait for everybody to see Matt Barr's version where he went all GI Joe with her. It's
Oh, that'll be
phenomenal.
Sweet.
That'll be really cool.
so. With all these people contributing, like, is it hard to maintain kind of a central kind of like creative idea, creative concept on the character, or are you guys just kind of going with what kind of comes out and just kind of hodgepodging it, or like how do you maintain the vision on that? Like with so many contributors, like that's got to be a challenge. And I mean,
The book we're doing is the
fairly-
core story. Piper's story is the core story.
Yeah.
As far as however anybody else treats it, I mean, it's good old fashioned fan art.
Oh,
Yeah.
fair enough.
Man, I kind of already asked that question earlier.
Yeah, we mostly based her look off of the shit posts.
No,
Yeah.
and I
Yeah.
I actually have it pulled up here too. And God, hopefully on fundmycomic doesn't freak out with StreamYard again. But I want to show the differences in the artwork that we're talking about to everybody, because obviously this is that's probably my favorite image. The way
Jose
that
Garcia.
That one did inspire a change in Sebastian's design.
Yeah.
did it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really cool because Sebastian has he's got the knife and the tape and everything like
Mhm.
that. This is I really like this design. This reminds me of a lot of like the 90s cartoons and stuff that I watched when I was a kid.
No, it's very Toonami. It's
Yeah. And then obviously, and then this one looks very much more, I guess, what's the word, like cartoon-ish, but Eric, like this one here is it's so different. And then obviously this one, and then obviously keep scrolling, and then this
It's like
Pixel.
We got the
Pixels,
anime
yeah.
waifu going on.
it's like an anime pinup. It's
Yeah, and it's and then obviously, Nino Talsky comes in and he just destroys it with this one here. Obviously, going off of the original.
That is
Yeah, there it is, next to the original ship post.
Yeah, next to the original shitpost. Like I mean, he just slayed it. He just did such a great job, and and then I also saw where are they? They're not the stickers. Are they the patches? They're the little chibis. You guys got the chibi characters.
chibi.
Yeah, I think that's what they're called.
Yeah, a couple of people have done like chibified versions. Too,
Yeah.
and they're so cute. I love them so much.
I don't know.
If somebody
I've seen the
wants to
pictures
send
floating
me a
around.
chibi cocaine shark, I am super down.
That's what we don't. Everybody's going gaga over Sebastian right now. I think once they read the book, Cocaine Shark's gonna shine a little more.
It's a shark on cocaine. I want a chibi.
Yeah.
of that.
There you go.
And we got to hit that 15K stretch goal so we can do the ash can of Cocaine Shark.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
Yeah, you guys are almost certainly going to hit that 10K. You've been getting very close to it, and you've got quite a while to go. So
I'll get to write all the story that I cut it from like 1,000 pages down to.
Touch grass. No, wait. Sorry, bad joke. That's insane. No, I say that, but I'm just like, where do you find the time?
Means it could be a series, though.
It could be. Is it going to be a series?
So it's a standalone book, but since there were so many ideas that we wanted in there and are technically in there, but we don't have room to expand on, instead we just sprinkle allusions to them in there. If there's demand for a sequel is where I'm like, then we can expand on the stuff that we didn't get to in this book. But this at least is a standalone story too. No cliffhangers or anything.
Good.
You guys are doing a standalone story, and no, boy, that's original. Oh wait,
No,
that's really original.
Wait, we're 35 minutes. Cool. I can start. Fuck cliffhangers.
Right.
Piper's dead on with the Easter eggs. There's lots of little hints and nods in there that if we do get to go on and do a continued series, they're going to connect some dots.
Yeah.
And outside of just kind of doing a Breaking Bad version of The Little Mermaid, we got some other ideas. The brand of cocaine in the story is Snow White.
I'm all down. I'm down. I don't even care. You guys Snow down. Let's go.
Yeah, and I guess even Eric's been hiding Easter eggs in the art, like just because he can. So that's been fun to notice. Like when I find them.
So I gotta ask, do you guys have any concerns about a certain mousy company breathing down your necks or anything like that? Or you guys confident?
We are being very careful because where their stuff came from the same place we're getting ours. So the closest we have to like touching Disney's stuff is Stab Ashton, and I think he counts as a parody and he doesn't look identical. So
yeah.
But other than that, like her name is not Ariel.
No.
Yeah.
That's actually a gun we made up. just to
there you go. Yeah.
Just to explain it. It's a gun.
It's real. Actually, I was gonna say that makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
It's
in order to get that nod in there. Yeah. Because Ariel is like the names they have for the characters are names that they came up with. In the original, they were just called the Witch, the Little Mermaid, the Prince. They didn't really put names.
Right.
So I'm not using those, and I'm making sure that anything I mention is basically like fair use. You know what I mean? Like public domain. That's the one.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, Sebastian, especially altered, hardly would count, and Ariel, you could make an argument for maybe Disney has money.
Sometimes you want to stay away from things just because the process can be the punishment.
Exactly. So, but I think what limited knowledge I have, it should be fine.
Oh yeah, I mean, I think so.
How is at the?
We did our homework. Sebastian, I think closest.
What are they going to say? They stole our property, and it's like, and the way that I described it, you guys in the courtroom, you guys would be like, it's a redheaded bombshell with a minigun shooting people. How is that anything like your story?
Right? How is that yours?
Correct.
Yeah, like it's
Instead of a creepy story about a preteen falling in love with an overage man on a boat.
I think the thing we probably have to worry about the most is becoming a Sci-Fi Channel original movie.
There you go.
I want it.
I've seen those movies.
Some of it, dude, Sharknado. Like
that's the exception to prove the rule. That's the exception to prove the rule.
Oh, that's what I want to parody. I want Cocaine Sharknado.
There you go. I was gonna say
Cocaine Shark Blizzard. How about
there you go.
Perfect.
I always
Piper, you said that you're into like the B movies, right? So
Yeah.
I firmly feel like there was like a golden era of B movies in between like I don't know, the early 2000s until about 2012, 2014-ish. Like there were just a lot of really like low budget gems out there.
I was in one.
What was that?
I was in one.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's called My Mummy.
My
That's
Mummy.
floating around somewhere. That was done in like
Wow.
2000. It was filmed like 2000 something.
Okay. Yeah,
Awesome.
Chat, don't fail me. You better find it, chat.
I was gonna say, there we go.
They will.
But I was gonna say, you said that you drew some of the plot from like an 80s action film, and that, I mean, can you like tell us a little bit about what the story is going to be like? Like what kind of do you have any things, or is this pretty much into spoiler territory and we're going to have to wait and see?
I don't want to go too much into spoiler territory. There are some nods to like a couple of my favorite not bad, but this is meant to be like over the top-ish, like but there's a couple of nods to movies I like. There's a few nods to Scarface too. And the whole reason like she has Tommy guns in one of those pictures is because I demanded at some point she needed Tommy guns because they're shitty guns, but they're iconic how they look. I love them. So
Okay, I'm reloaded.
right, we're putting some. I was trying to put a little bit of like some gangster stuff in there.
Nice.
In the 80s style, over the top action.
So love it.
Which does she kind of work her way through guns, or are there some signature? Is there like a signature gun that she has? You know,
The signature gun would be the AR-13L.
Okay.
Which she doesn't. They don't actually realize how interesting of a gun it is in this book. It's another one of those that I wanted to expand on, and we just don't have the room to expand on the gun itself because we'd rather see her just kill people with stuff. So
there you go.
But so she does work her way through guns. She picks stuff up, along the way off of people.
As you're mowing down guys, you don't have time to reload your own gun. You just pick up their gun.
Yeah, well, I like
actually a very valid point.
Yep, accurate.
Screw throwing it, Mag. I'm just gonna take this gun. It's got some bullets in it.
It's the old Halo joke with the needlers, man. You don't have to reload the needler. You just chuck the needler at the dude and pick up another needler.
Yeah.
There you go.
Exactly.
That's awesome. Oh, that's so great.
I can't wait till Sebastian picks a cigarette off a dead guy. He was like,
Dude, the crab smoking a stogie while he's killing people is awesome.
He does. He gets a hold of one after his first official kill.
Pixel, you have the
There
link
you are.
doing in the chat.
get in here.
Loitering, that's what he's doing.
Everybody, shame Pixel. Make sure he knows it.
We can't really show off the crab thing if you're not here, Pixel.
I think everybody loves Sebastian, especially after the chibi Sebastian started floating around. That thing is too freaking cute.
I want to get I actually want to get some stuff put on the wall because it's too freaking good. It's just too freaking good.
I know somebody in the chat had asked who came up with Sebastian, and I think that was kind of a group thing. Eric and Pixel were talking about a knife wielding crab because it was supposed to be a nod to those little like videos of people just with the actual crabs holding like their kitchen knives and stuff.
Yeah, crab battle.
Yeah. I came in with and he could be Sebastian. So I think I gave the name, but they gave this is the crab. This is what we're doing, and that evolved to he's a grizzled vet of sushi restaurants.
Nice.
I love this more and more.
We don't get to expand into that either. But
Spin-off series.
We're gonna have Sebastian origins.
Yes. But there are plans. There are plans for Stabby, so you get his backstory.
Sebastian the Crab, Konnichiwa.
There you go. Pixel did.
Well then.
Yeah. Okay, so why are you in the chat? Go take care of that woman. She's getting ready to pop. And congratulations, man. That's awesome.
Yes.
So
She wants
congratulations.
quiet time, so he might be giving her quiet time then.
There you go. There you go. So, no, man. Oh, that's awesome. I love hearing that. So I didn't know that. Now I feel like a dick. I'm like, hey, why aren't you here? And he's like,
You are, but
and he's like, well, I don't know. I was taking care of my pregnant wife. No idea why I couldn't be on your stream. I'm like, oh, I'm a dick.
yes.
Oh, okay. Can I show this something special, or Eric? Do you want to show this something special?
Oh,
Well, I don't. I grabbed the image and I'm putting it in that that DM through Twitter with all of us.
Oh, okay.
okay. So, do you want me to pull it up? Do you want to pull it up? Am I going to do something that I shouldn't do? Like, what's going on here? Dude, are you fucking serious? That's awesome.
I was gonna say you can show it. Yeah. Since we're talking about him, right now.
All right. So, guys,
I want one.
I actually also want one.
Me too.
This is legit.
I'm so antsy. Yes.
This is legit. And bam.
Yeah.
Okay.
And there's his little chibi. That's the one I love.
That's the little chibi one right there. It's so great.
Yes.
I love this.
It's like a perfect blend of Pokemon and Digimon right there.
Yes.
With some real style to it. I like that.
That's
We were going to do a starfish singlet, but we thought this would have more appeal.
Yeah, I don't think you want to be tagged in those photos, to be honest with you. You know,
no.
People like to have their unboxing and everything else. That could go very badly.
No. So the story is this is a very, very prototype. And I think he's a bit bigger than we wanted him to.
I like it.
Yeah, I think the bigger the better in this case is pretty good.
Not that you know much about that.
True. Basically, when this campaign wraps up at the end of the 30, however many days we've got left.
Shark Week.
Yeah, at the end of Shark Week, last day of Shark Week, the book campaign wraps up. So you have until then. Ew, why would you want to put suction cups on your tits, dude? Sorry.
Context?
I'm looking at the chat. Sorry.
I told you don't.
Why is one suction cups
Yeah,
on
I
his
say.
tits?
That was your first mistake. Never give the chat power.
Don't start reading.
Don't read the chat.
Now that they know you're looking, it's gonna get worse.
They
Look away.
Oh my
They
goodness.
know they smell blood in the water. They're coming. It's
Oh
just,
no.
Suction
It's
cups.
all
they're
over
yet
now.
Pasties. I mean,
So we got the prototype and we figured out we're looking for better prices, but we're figuring out prices of how much to kind of mass produce these for ordering. And we're thinking of, in order to fund that, doing a crowdfunder for his own separate comic with the plushie.
Nice. Well, what? Yeah, I was gonna say, what's the
He'd look good right
timeline on your current one? It says estimated shipping January of next year. So you've got some flexibility there, but I mean, even then, like plushies and things like that can get expensive and time consuming.
That's why we were thinking about its own campaign instead of tagging it onto this one. We've put a lot of stuff on this campaign already, so
yeah.
the plushies are a big undertaking, so I think they're going to be their own campaign, and it's going to be when we've got enough done on this book that we're just
absolutely
waiting on items at that point where we can work on the other book. I can write a script for Stabby pretty quick, but Eric will need to finish doing the art for this book. And any other art he's wanting to do or doing if he does the Stabby book, or just, I don't know, let somebody use the cute one. But so there's plans. So everybody's been saying they wanted a plushie of him be included, and a prototype plushie of him has been created.
I want one.
Yeah. Actually, you guys could just take us all the way to 20K, and then we won't worry about another campaign.
There you go.
That's true. He could be one of the really way higher up stretch goals of just, okay, we'll do it now.
There you go.
Oh man. So how has the campaign performed based off of what you guys thought it was going to do? Is it where you thought it was going to be? Is it
yeah, it's done far and above what our estimates usually were. I mean, we all kind of know we had lightning in the bottle with this,
right?
You always kind of undersell your ideas at some point. So
I'm not gonna lie, I thought we were gonna be in 6 digits before now, but
I love Piper's honesty. Thank you.
I really did, because I
think we've proven beyond a shadow of doubt that we just need the eyeballs on it. That's all we need.
Yeah,
the thing sells itself.
Yeah, I think that the biggest problem is that all of our circles are basically the same circle. So we keep showing them, we keep showing the book to the same people. Yep. I'm not 100% sure how to get farther out. I'm also shy, so
we're all trying to figure that out.
Yeah, that's what my channel is. It's why I cover the topics that I do. Because my goal is hopefully one day I build a channel where the fans come in and they go, "Oh, this guy has authors and comic book people on like every week, so we'll just go over to his channel." Like, that's the goal. Build this up. I want this to be the place where the fans meet the creators. That's what this turned into. And
if you build it, they will come.
See? That is not a lie at all.
Field of dreams.
Right. No, and
baseball.
We're not talking about baseball. I'm not. No, don't get started. Damn it, Daniel. So Eric. Okay, so obviously Piper, she thought you guys were gonna all be millionaires by now. Where were you at?
I didn't think we'd have a problem getting to 10K. I kind of thought we'd have been like the first one to do it on fundmycomic, but then again, I think.
Well, you were very close, and then Bronze Star.
Yeah, I mean, you got a big.
We got beat first by the guy that got Fox News coverage. So I was like, oh damn.
Yeah.
I don't feel so sore losing to that one because they did get a lot more coverage. But
well, and they also, I mean, I'm pretty sure Mike Barron has like I don't know how big your email list is, but I think he's got a pretty freaking extensive email list at this point in time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that counts for a lot whenever it comes to getting these kinds of campaigns off the blocks. You know what I mean? Like a fast start helps a lot. So
yeah.
Well, we did really great with Bancroft. I mean, we did our first 2,500 in 45 minutes. So
well, I mean,
we hit goal. We hit goal really fast.
Yeah. I mean, you can't be.
And then I think we slowed down because everybody's kind of like, okay, the book is definitely getting made, and I'm over here going, wait, I need more pages.
Yeah.
He wants a week's more worth of work, so I can have 6 weeks more worth.
Gentlemen, pay this woman so she can work harder. Wait.
Yeah.
Is that a sexism?
No, I don't think that's a sexism.
I'm not touching that one.
Too late. Already did. We're there. No, I'm sorry.
Also, if I had a nickel every time I heard that one. Anyway.
Oh, God. What the hell happened to this stream? Gentlemen, we didn't even make it an hour.
You're welcome.
No,
I mean, the room's full of entertaining people. Something bad is bound to happen.
You're not invited anymore.
No, I like him.
I'm sorry. Oh, dear God.
He gets to stay. You can go.
No. He's producing me. He's producing this. I cannot.
I'm not even gonna. I'm not. Damn it! Don't say that shit in front of the chat. All right. So,
the chaos begins.
So, all right. What goal do you guys need to hit in order for you to get all that glorious work that you're looking for, Piper?
Oh, hello.
Hi. Yeah.
Kitty says hi.
He's got all kinds
of
people
know he was in here. That's Mr. Meowgie. He talks a lot.
Nice.
10K will get. Yes, hi. The extra pages.
Woo. All right. So
10K
10K gets the extra pages.
It gives that means everybody else gets a 60-page book instead of a 48-page.
All right,
Awesome.
that needs to happen then, because it sounds like that's condensing as it is.
Well, yeah,
Bigger books, man. Bigger books, more pages for
42.
all
It's
sorts
not,
of good stuff to have.
it's not like so.
It's a little breathing room. It's fine.
I mean, it's fine.
Yeah,
it's fine. They've got they left a little bit on the cutting room floor. It's fine.
They left a lot on the cutting room floor.
Yeah, it hurt me. It hurt my soul having to cut already, and I'm like, I'm not cutting anymore.
I know that.
It could be rough.
Know that feel.
Oh man, I can't. I have only ever had to do that in a limited circumstance, writing music and stuff like that.
Yeah,
But anytime you look
makes
at
it,
anytime you're like, so what song are we actually going to record, and what songs do we feel that we need to put our time into? And we're like, well, we wrote all of them. Yeah, but these 5, and that hurts when you're just
it does. And we kind of did a bit of might have been a newbie move, but we threw a bunch on YouTube and based it off the views and kind of developed those. So, yeah.
That's kind of where
I mean, that's a good way to do it, honestly. Let the people you're marketing to decide.
But it sucks to try to have to cut, and you cut your seriously 1,000 pages. Seriously.
Okay, no, it wasn't really 1,000 pages. We just had like 1,000 pages worth of ideas. All the good ones. I would have been happy if this was like 120-page book. That would have gotten all the good ones in.
Eric, you about had a heart attack.
You have to do all the work.
Come on, Elizabeth.
Oh, that's awesome.
We were talking about, in order to make it fair, I should be handwriting the script probably with my feet in order to make it the workload fair. Oh yeah, he said etch. I was like, well, handwriting.
Oh my god.
Stone slabs. There you
go. How did you get that artwork to feel so good? It's carved into stone. Oh, sorry. That audible gasp.
That was how many ideas we had. We had 120 pages worth of ideas. That's why we are kind of hoping there's demand for a sequel, so that we can just split that into 2 60-page books.
That would be it. That would be really cool. I just want this thing to do as well as humanly possible, because I love the it's fun, and that's what you can see immediately off the bat is just the amount of fun that you are having putting it together.
Yeah.
And whenever you see somebody's description of a book, or you see the idea that they're going for their comic book or whatever, the fun doesn't necessarily come through, because that might not necessarily be the thing that they want to come through. It could be the seriousness. It could be their new take on an idea. It could be, how they're, taking, some of the religious themes that they live in their life and putting it into a book. And they all say they had fun doing it, but you don't you don't see it all the time. And with this, the second that you see any pictures you guys are posting, you're just like, they're having a blast. It's in the artwork. It's in the posts on Twitter. It's in the freaking trailer. And that's one of the things that it grabs you, and you're just like, oh, that's allowed in 2023?
Yeah.
Right?
Actually being able to enjoy so many things are either so silly to the point of extreme, or where they're trying to be funny, and that's not
trying too hard. Yeah. I don't dig that. Yeah.
So self-serious that you're just like, okay, you're just but no, it's nice to see people
over here, buddy.
Try to be funny. Man,
He's
I don't
drunk.
know. Well, yes. But,
it's that weekend, dude. It's
I'm on vacation, man. You're lucky I'm coherent and can string words together. Sort of.
Attaboy.
If not, on a weekend at Bernie'd his ass.
But I can
Pulley
say that I
strings.
do have a lot of fun making books, but also the mood of the book really determines how I feel while I'm making it. So this has definitely been like the biggest blast I have had so
It's
far
nice to see
making a
creators
book.
have fun.
Mm.
So
Also, I'm not gonna lie, like I see the little light over there. I know that's the camera, but it's hard to focus on the camera because I got chat over here, I got that over there, I got things moving over there, and I'm just like la da da da.
hey, Matt, get good, okay? Trying to be somewhat professional.
Production values, man.
Royce's setup is overcomplicated. It's okay.
He paid for half of it.
That's also why.
It was Christmas presents. It was a Christmas present. He's like, here, bro, I know you need the stuff for your setup.
I
so.
work at music retail. I can get employee price, so here's fancy gear for not that much.
Nice.
Fantastic.
Nice.
Mm.
Yeah, don't you shouldn't.
I need
say-
to find me some friends with the hookups. Man, I've been doing this myself.
I think
You and me
everybody
both.
finds friends like that. Oh God. I had questions earlier, and I have been laughing so hard I forgot about all of them.
So that's your answer for all of your questions.
Yeah. I just Daniel, Richard, do you guys have anything that you guys want to add? Daniel, God damn it, Daniel. Just for once, I just need you to just. Oh yeah, okay.
I'm having too much fun.
I am too. It's just this is such like because we love talking about like the art and like where people came from, and then some people share like stories about like their families and stuff like that, and like how they got here and like who's supporting in life. And now we're just getting into this, and then all of a sudden we're just laughing our asses off, and I'm like, I don't know what else to ask you guys because you're just having a
You can't rely on me. I'm the writer guy, and she said she didn't want to spoil too much. So I can't really ask questions about the story.
It's
Well, and the campaign answers a lot without getting too spoilery. But I've had complaints before with me on other books that I am I'm too stingy with the because I'll work with other people and they'll be like, oh yeah, it's about this and this and this, and I'll be like, no, shh, spoilers. And they'll be like, let me tell them something, and I'm like, I told you what you could tell them. Now you're going too far. But the people complain about me. They'll be like, don't say spoilers around her, man. She'll get you.
I give you a spoiler-free pitch for it, okay? So, the villainous Enrique, who is a smuggler by trade, taking some secret Nazi weapons and some drug shipments from who knows where into Argentinian waters.
wait, Nazi drug shipments?
Wait, is this?
He's already giving spoilers that we can't freaking even expand on unless there's another book.
Nazi drug shipments.
No,
if
guns.
if you look at one of the pages on the campaign, you can clearly see the labels on the boxes.
Yeah, that was basically the hint that there's more to this that we just can't fit in this book at all without making another book. That's why I'm hoping there's another book. Because the weapons that he's got a hold of to smuggle came from somewhere in Argentina, and we're going somewhere else in Argentina because fuck
It
it,
tracks
it's
for
Argentina.
me. My first thought about it all, as soon as I heard of 80s action flicks, and I like B movies with Surf Nazis Must Die. So
right?
that
They're
was
the
first
classic,
thought.
right? They're the
Mhm.
classic baddie.
Absolutely.
That everybody can agree on and be like, yeah, screw them guys.
That's not wrong. That's
I mean, that's why they're prominent in older shooter video games too. It's like,
There's nothing wrong with shooting a Nazi.
right?
Truth.
Ultimate, like clean slate. You know, everybody goes, yeah.
Don't have to feel bad. Yeah.
That and aliens.
Yeah.
We're good.
yeah, those are like the two things that you can put in any book that everybody's like, yeah,
Nah, Nazis, aliens, and demons.
Oh yeah, true.
Yeah, demons. Yeah.
no, hold on until you put like a hot demon in there, and then all
Yeah.
it's like whoa.
That one might have feelings.
Then you're just inventing cosplay genres. So
I think we just created another B movie.
There you go.
Actually, I might have seen that one.
I'm pretty sure it's the storyline behind Wolfenstein.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I saw at least one parody of that genre. Anyway,
Oh god damn it.
Nazi alien demons. Mm.
Oh
Yeah.
shit.
So despite some skullduggery that goes afoul, this young mermaiden who likes to collect things from the surface world collects the wrong things from the surface world. Some bad stuff happens, and then she ends up needing to go cause some deaths herself. So you get a classic revenge
It
story.
is a revenge
He
story.
has to go cause
Some death.
Some death.
Yes.
I love that phrasing.
That's a tagline if I ever heard one.
Awesome. We need a shirt. That's gotta be a freaking shirt.
Chat artists,
Some death.
that's my challenge for you. We need a mermaid. She
Yeah.
needs to cause some death. T-shirt design.
Yeah, I like. It'd be great to have her on there and just say, "Let's go cause some death."
There you go.
Oh man. Oh god. Oh, my abs are getting worked out.
There you go.
Wait, you have abs?
No, I don't. That's why it's weird that they're getting worked out. I'm laughing too damn hard.
'cause I don't either.
But he might
It's
have
just
some
beer.
at the end of the stream.
Yeah, I might. I could be very, very happy with this.
So you're gonna move from a kegger to a 6-pack.
I'm good with it.
I'm a keg.
Except it's just beer cans.
We needed a quote for her anyway. Yeah, but we got to put a quote in the book. And I'm having a hard time putting like an iconic quote in the book that's also funny.
Oh, they'll find one once they
But
read
that's like
it.
not stupid. Like,
But they're always stupid. I mean, that's kind of part of the 80s action trope,
Yeah.
right?
Well, yeah.
You know.
I mean, you think about God.
Come on, that bubble gum.
Yep. Exactly. I was just about to say that too.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm all out of bubble gum. Like that is an iconic freaking quote. You know, I mean, I don't think they thought Yippee-ki-yay motherfucker was going to be as iconic as it was.
Yeah, right.
Oh yeah.
It's literally just he said that because he was making fun. All the Americans want to be John Wayne, right? A cowboy. And I don't think anybody thinks that the iconic quote is gonna be iconic. So I would say
because
No.
it's such a unique combination of timing and delivery. So-
Yeah, watch any of the action star interviews. They're like, I had no freaking clue that line was gonna become a thing.
I think the one thing the starfish says is going to be the quote from the book, though. So I'm gonna need
starfish.
Eric's laughing, so you know it's good.
We're talking,
They fought me. I fought them. I guess I fought them for the longest time against the starfish having a role other than pasty.
He's a central core character to the story.
I mean, he's probably going to be pretty important to a lot of people. A lot of
People
the,
want to get rid of them, but anyway.
you know.
After
he takes
a
the
lot of
support role
convincing,
seriously.
yes, he does. And he loves his job. That's his line.
Fantastic.
I fought against that because I was like, look, there's nowhere where that's not going to disrupt the seriousness of whatever's happening. And finally, it took them to gang up on me with Shay and her chat.
Oh no.
All going, you can put it in there small. You don't even have to give it a word bubble. Just put it in. And I'm like, all right. We'll give the starfish a part.
That's amazing. All right, I need to. All right, I as of right now. So I have 4 kids. So what I back, I have to do sparingly, right?
Oh,
Yeah, because 2 of them are in double digits.
ooh.
Yeah, food is getting very scarce in the house. I don't know what happened.
You notice, like, you think babies are expensive with diapers and stuff, but no, man, kids just get more expensive as they grow.
So I have to be very sparing with what I back. I will be talking with my wife, and this is a thing.
Mine's 21 and still eats.
I was already sold. I was already sold, but I was sold on like if we can like move the budgets. Now I'm just like, okay, babe, we have to budget around this. So I will be sleeping outside for the next 3 days, but if I'll have Little Mercmaid, it's fine.
Just get a flashlight and
Sorry, kids. No,
We'll camp out with Matt.
Yeah, camp out. Yeah.
Oh, I've got my smoker outside. I could sit out there.
Wait. Back up a second. If you're outside for the next 3 days, am I outside for the next 3 days? Because I didn't sign up for that.
Yeah, that works.
No.
That's the bro code, man.
Bro code.
I need a flight back to Colorado.
It's just like I'm getting out of it. God, I love this. And it looks like the campaign has been climbing up while we've been on stream. I'm not going to say it's because of our stream, but we are at 96.83 right now.
Hey.
So
nice.
It's gone up at least a few dollars. I'm not going to say it's because of this stream, but it's gone up while we're on stream. So I will shout that out. 187 backers. So
Awesome.
Perfect number.
And this might be one too that everybody's wary of the concept until it starts getting in people's hands and word of mouth from people actually reading it and seeing the quality and stuff. And
Definitely.
then like resales or then demand for a sequel. Hopefully.
Cause people to be wary. And I would like this answer from both of you. What do you think would cause people to be weary about getting it?
Are these people from the past?
What?
That was cryptic.
No, what we've put together might offend somebody from like the 1940s or the 1960s.
Okay.
Well, they're old. They're olds. We don't worry about the olds.
Yeah, they might not be interested even once it comes out. I more meant kind of like me when somebody's like, oh yeah, I took such and such and adapted it to this, whatever. I often am guilty of expecting campy, stupid, no actual
Okay, that makes sense.
No depth.
Yeah, no depth, no actually anything to it. Just almost like a cash grab because we mashed two ideas together that sound funny.
Yeah, it's
And since I think like that, I assume that other people, yeah.
She's got more than rockets in her arsenal.
Every time I hear that
Arsenal.
Every time I hear that, and for the gamers among you, I just think Louis, Sarah, and I see this one comes with ballistics.
She does. Did you not see the trailer?
It's a Resident Evil 4. You have not played Resident Evil 4. You don't get to comment.
Matt, do we need to review the artwork?
I mean,
I'm just saying, in that wraparound cover, you can see her arsenal real good.
Stay on target, boys.
Mermaid's so sweet, she got her own cake.
Oh no! Oh no! Okay, were these the conversations you guys were having?
Yes.
Pretty much, yeah.
If you could see basically our super professional group chat where we're talking campaign stuff. Before that, we were talking book stuff. Yeah.
How could you not expect that to be what they talked about the whole time?
Dude, you gotta ask, man. You gotta ask, because the whole point of this show is to introduce these fantastic creators to the people out there, and whether they like the book or not, I want people to know, if you guys send money into the people that are on this show, these are people that at least believe some of the things you believe in, whether it's humor, Whether sometimes it gets into the politics stuff, and sometimes it's not even that. Sometimes it's just I'm writing a good story and I don't care. And some people are just like, I just love you for supporting my book and being here. And I just want everybody to know who the people are in my chat that my chat's going to send their money to. I feel that that's important, and that's why I'm not stopping it. I don't give a damn how off the rails this train is right now, because this is one, funnier than hell, and two, I feel like the guys down in the chat, they're like, all right, I wasn't gonna buy the Busty Mermaid book, but
why not?
I'm gonna buy the Busty Mermaid book.
I'm kind of there. I just kind of popped up for this one. I kind of want the Busted Mermaid, but I'm just saying.
Would you buy it?
Yeah, no, I'll totally buy it.
That's awesome. I'm pulling him into this world slowly because I am.
Look,
I'm already getting him to read other people. It's great.
My entire
Join the madness, Matt.
numbers and sales. It's a very dark, lonely world, and my only escape is a sport where people throw balls at each other.
Which sport where people throw balls at each other?
Pick one.
Okay. I picked the best one, and that is my personal headcanon for
Oh no. Oh no.
wrestling.
Yeah.
Great answer. Great answer.
On that note, I'm sorry. The addict needs to go breathe some toxic fumes for a second. I'm gonna leave you with him for a minute.
He'll be back.
I'll be back.
Hurry up, because I gotta go to the bathroom. Hurry up. Holy crap. Oh god.
Too much laughter, too much.
So,
right?
I have to ask, you guys said that you're releasing this under the like 3G banner, right?
Yeah.
Are there other projects that are out already under that, or just things that are kind of in
We're the first one. We're the pilot.
Okay,
We're like the pilot issue. I believe there are plans already, though. But it's been a while since I was chatting with them, so I cannot for the life of me remember who it is.
Yeah,
but I
we're the
believe
first
there's at
one
least
out of the
one other
gate.
one.
We're
Yeah,
the first one out of the gate. So
the pilot
cool.
book.
Nice.
That's awesome. How does that feel?
That feels cool. I love Arrow. Arrow got my first fully written script that was all me instead of like me and somebody or just me as an editor. And that's Rift Writers. And so going under Arrow with everything I can already is like they took a chance on me and I'm happy. So now I get to do this and be like the first of this other kind of book that is completely different from my Rift Fighters book. So I'm like, cool. Arrow Comics is getting a lot of my firsts, I guess.
Young lady,
I'm not going there.
I need.
I have not had enough drinks for that.
What?
Yeah. All right, I'm going to read this one. Usually I don't do super chats in the middle of the show, but this is relevant. 10Cage over on Rumble for $10 says backed went with cover C by Pixel Trader for the pastel colors, of course.
Tasteful.
Tasteful. Yeah. Tasty. I mean, wait a minute. What?
Heck yeah.
Oh man.
thank you.
I have thank you for saving that, Eric. Oh, good Lord. You never know what you're gonna get on this show, and sometimes Trippy takes notes for this, and one of these days I will get to putting everything into clips and putting it out on the channel. But Trippy's like, stop joking. I'm trying to take serious notes here. Sorta.
No such luck, Trippy.
Hey, dude, if I can ever help you out,
Not happening.
Dude, it would be awesome if you could like get timestamps for me of when like the the good conversations happen. And he's like, yeah. And tonight Trip, he's just like, fuck you.
Smashing the keyboard.
Keyboard smash.
Oh man.
My favorite kind of show, absolute chaos.
Okay, Pixel Trader down in the jet. When I get home, you get a crab mosh.
Yep.
Oh yeah, Sebastian has his own Twitter account, and whenever there's a new backer, he posts a crab mosh.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's cool.
Okay.
That's epic. Have you guys thought about, because I know Rob Rhymes, the writer of the Dan the Destructor pulp novels, is
Barbarians of the Storm.
Yeah, Barbarians of the Storm. That's right. Yeah, Dan the Destructor was, I guess, the first one. He does anyway. But I know he has turned one of his characters into a chatbot AI.
Yeah,
Ooh.
Yeah, Fenric. Have you thought about doing that with any of your characters from this book? It's just something fun to test out.
We have now.
Yep. Just now I
There
thought
you go.
about that.
just not the starfish.
Not the starfish.
No, I want the starfish.
That's the easiest one.
The only
That'd be the easiest one. It only
That
says
is the
one thing.
lowest of low hanging fruit right there.
I want to know.
I was gonna say that-
You can do a whole
Join
interview
us,
with the
Richard.
starfish.
Join us.
No matter.
for all the questions,
no
yeah,
matter
for
what
every
question you
answer.
ask the starfish, his answer is always, "I love my job."
I was thinking you could either say I love my job or just
Oh yeah. Yes.
Oh my god.
Yeah, the over 9,000 mosh was the best one.
Oh, that's awesome. Oh man. I didn't realize the starfish was a character until you told me tonight. Oh man.
He wasn't until one stream I went on. Everybody ganged up on me and made him one.
See,
you know the customer's
Don't
always right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
power.
Yeah.
You don't
I mean-
mess with the chat.
The customers are why this book exists. You
Yeah.
wanted it to exist. We're
That's
just taking on the mantle and doing the hard work.
No, that's awesome, man.
Way to do
Oh.
it.
So, okay, Pixel Trader is like throwing starfish. I'm like, but wait a minute. If she throws the starfish, does he scream, no?
No, that's the only time he gets to say anything at all is when his mouth isn't full. So he takes that moment to say, I love my job.
I just got a whole different visual image as soon as you said,
I mean,
all right. Hey, Matt's back. I'll be right back. Oh, God.
Royce's turn to run away.
All right.
So okay. Each one of you guys have some of your own stuff that you've worked on in the past. You've got a couple books out, Piper. Not necessarily just the stuff that you have worked on other people with, but you said you had some like traditional books, not comic books, that you've published.
no.
Is that correct? No. Okay. Just scripts.
Just scripts. I have almost written multiple novels. The
Okay,
problem is
almost.
I get bored halfway through and have too many ideas, and like, I'm moving on to this idea. Might come back here. And I found out that if I just take those ideas and turn them into comic scripts, I get everything out before I get fatigued.
Yeah. Okay.
That's fair.
Everybody has different workflows, and what works best for them. So. I don't write anything. I just have other people write things and then try and help them as best I can. Because I start to, trying to get an idea down, and I'm like, no, it's not working like I want. Okay, I'm just gonna go do something else.
I do have a couple ideas for like that could probably translate into like light novels. Like I'm flirting with the idea of just like writing a chapter and sticking it out there for free, like a chapter at a time, just to see if there's any interest in the concept. And if there's enough interest, then maybe I'll be brave enough to make a comic about it. And
Good way to start. I'm adapting one of my novella series into a manga style comic.
Nice.
Very cool.
Yeah, that's the ones that I actually was gonna try. Is my stories that I feel would make the best manga, like in manga style completely. I'm gonna see about just typing, like I said, typing them and releasing them here and there.
Yeah, it's a great way to get some, potential customer feedback.
The other idea I was flirting with is web comics, because I do draw. I just am not confident in sequential drawing and stuff like that. So I was also thinking, well, what if I just do it in the easier webcomic style, not worried about as much paneling on per page kind of deal. And if there's interest in that, converting that to print, which seems like it'd be kind of hard because that's a lot of art conversion. But
sounds like it.
But at the same time, it's again one of those that, like, okay, well, the customers are already there before the product even is at this like, so
yeah. I have an artist doing the work for me, because if I did it myself, it would be stick figures. I have no drawing talent whatsoever.
I'm just really
stick figures
with my drawing.
Like, he goes over here and does that.
What you can do with that, though, is you can do the layouts and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
Technically for your artist. So if you want something to be a certain way, all you really need is stick people to go, that goes there, do that.
Luckily, my artist is extremely intuitive, because what I do currently is just give him panel lists with bullet points of what I'm looking for, and then he shoots me back the sketch, and I'm like, that's exactly correct. Go.
Very cool. For myself,
well, and speaking of webcomics, I was going to say, you have the dreaded Dinosaur Man.
Tell us
a little bit about that, because that's been going on for a while.
Yeah, I started Dreaded Dinosaur Man writing that in 2017 and did the first webtoons in 2018. Unfortunately, it's been my passion project, and I kind of put it to the side to go make money and pay the bills, and then come back.
Like you do.
Yeah, like you do.
Mm-hmm.
And but I put a lot of work into that. It's the webtoon. I've got 2 print books in the works. I'm actually bringing in other people to work on stuff for me. I've got an action figure here that is in prototype phase.
Is that a He-Man with a dinosaur head?
Yeah, it's kind of the design style behind
Nice.
Dinosaur Man. It's very
awesome.
I love him.
It's very 80s influenced, 80s cartoon influenced. And my thing is like, I want to create something for young boys, because when I was a kid, I had Optimus Prime, I had Duke, I had Lion-O, these great male action hero figures to look up to. And kids nowadays don't have anything like that. So that's kind of how what I want Dinosaur Man to go. That's why I'm making everything toyetic, so it could be a toy, a video game, a comic book, an animated series. Sweet. So that's my ambitions here in the Iron Age.
Love that.
Well,
it hits me because I'm old enough to be one of those guys that would swap the heads off of action figures.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think going into different, like, and even with like the Sebastian plushie and whatnot, right? I always think it's interesting to see indie creators start dipping their toes into different, I don't know, not necessarily like different products, right? Something outside of their medium, because I mean that was really a big factor for the 80s and 90s, right? Everybody's like, okay, you have a series only, you get a TV show, you get a cartoon if you have a cool toy line to go with it, because we want to be selling something. And you don't necessarily want to be that mercenary about it. You know what I mean? Like, there were obviously some problems that happened with that, and some really goofy things that came out of that. But it's one of these things where I think that there is a demand across the board for some of these things. And I think that part of kind of a maturing of the space is the fact that people are starting to look into doing these things, So I'm
Yep.
pumped to hear that you're thinking about that, and I'm excited to see you guys have the Sebastian blushy concept out there.
Yep.
You know,
There's also a GI Joe style Mercmaid figure. But that's very slowly in the works. That's why we're not really like going around going, there's a figure, but I've seen it, and it's really freaking cool. It's based on the Matt Bar drawing that we got, and at her hips you can click off her tail and stick on a working pair of legs instead. You can swap
There you
them
go.
out. That's how it's designed, and I'm like, so I'm really, really hyped to see where that goes. But it's another one of those that in the beginning, it's initially an expensive,
oh yeah,
it's an expensive venture. Just the prototypes, you know, especially when you're not mass producing,
Mhm. Well,
they're difficult.
Eric,
So I don't know when it'll happen, but I hope it happens.
Statue stuff. Did you guys hear about that? Eric July was talking about the same thing about how expensive that.
Yeah,
Even at his level, he's like, that stuff is just ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Minimum, you're 1,000 a second for animation.
Oh, gee, yeah.
oh yeah, that also is crazy. I mean, and you know, I'm an engineer by trade, so I'm like interested in manufacturing processes and everything else. And I'm like I've been watching like 3D printing and desktop CNC and all these other things. Like they're inching closer, you know what I mean? To where I don't know when it's going to be, but I feel like here in, you know, hopefully this decade that we're going to really start seeing I don't know. I'm optimistic that there's going to be some kind of renaissance in at least micro production. I don't think we're going to get like the big factory jobs back in the state necessarily, not to like divulge and divert into some kind of labor
Sir,
talk.
are you talking about
But
next on a comic book stream?
yeah, but I'm talking about like being able to have these shops that can plausibly do like injection molding, custom He-Man, Dinosaur Man. You know what I mean? Like actually do these things and do them in bulk.
Decentralized production.
Yeah, and it's like, okay, we have this, and because you know we have these machines out there, like we can actually get these things, and it's not like, you know, one of the problems with I think Ethan Van Sciver was talking about this with some of his figurines and whatnot that he did. It's like you place an order, they send you a prototype from China that takes weeks or months, and then you send it back and you say, okay, well, this is good, and they go ahead, and then you get the product and it's not even the same thing,
Right.
and that took like 6 months to do, and so then you have to go figure out something else, you know. And right now I don't know, like the latency or whatever you call it is just so huge on these things, and that's like another problem, because with indie campaigns, I feel like obviously there's patience there, but you also have to deliver a product at the end of the day. You know, you can't just float, you know, you can't just float 10, 20 grand for a year and everything's going to be fine, you know?
Yeah. No, that's a thing. So I want to ask you guys this question, because you're kind of involved in with Fund My Comic, being on Fund My Comic, and Richard mentioned the time delay here for some of this stuff. And I want to get some opinions from people, because we're going to have Luke Stone Studios here in a few weeks.
Nice.
We're not talking about, and he's going to be the first like industry guy that we're talking to. We're actually not talking about any of his creations. I mean, if he wants to, we totally will. But we're going to be talking about everything he's done with Fund My Comic, and now he's going into the Iron Age distribution.
Yeah.
Right.
Comic distribution.
Yeah, the comic distribution.
Mhm.
Now, how do you think, or what are your hopes that distribution, taking this, 60-page book that you have and breaking it up into smaller bits and getting it out into gas stations? I want to beg the guy, like, send me a spin rack, and I know the owner of the busiest gas station in my town. I live in a small town. That's the benefit of living in a small town. You know everybody. And I want to, what do you think the benefit is, and how do you think that something like that will translate into more knowledge and more awareness and more sales in your world with the crowdfunding side of it? You know, you take the first book and you put it out into 2 copies, because I think you said 30, what did you say, 32 pages or something like that, and then you get 2 editions in the spin rack, and then on the back of it says check out Fund My Comic for the next campaign. Do you think that's what do you think that's going, how do you think that changes this timeline thing that Richard is talking about? Because I feel the perception from the public would be, oh, I just got this book, and then they go and they're like, oh, this comic is funding now. Oh, I just got the 2nd issue, because they're seeing it broken up. How do you feel that's going to change the perception of this timeline thing that we're facing? And what do you guys think about this distribution model he's going for? Sorry, it's a big question. There's a lot there, but you guys are actually doing this stuff. I'm just a talking head on YouTube. I don't know what your thoughts on this are, and I want you guys, I want all of the thoughts, all of them.
I think the biggest thing that comes to mind is that it's really going to be a time for the cream to rise to the top, you know, to quote the late Macho Man. Because you do have these large time frames of going from concept to product, and people understand it as a small time entrepreneurs, they kind of give you a pass that it's going to take some time to make this, and then deliver on it. But I think more like stuff that's coming online with the distribution model, that's going to start to create a demand, and the demand's going to either force people to give up the ship or put out the product and learn to scale their production efforts. It's a supply and demand thing, and I think the demand is definitely there for non-mainstream, good old-fashioned entertainment.
Mm-hmm.
So whatever channels we can hit them at, they're going to grow, and it's going to be like just with Fund My Comic, for example. They were expecting maybe to have 1 campaign do 10K within the first year of operation. They're looking at 3 or 4 hitting that within the first few months.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So clearly there is a desire in the public for the stuff that we're making, and an interest where there wasn't an interest before. You know, in the old days, it was like, well, comic shops would slam the door in my face like, kids, they only buy Batman and Superman and Spider-Man. It's not, I'll put it on the shelf, but nobody will ever buy it, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not true anymore, because people can know what you're about, know what you're creating, find something they love, and know it's not going to be a propaganda pamphlet in their hands. You know, it's just going to be good old-fashioned entertainment. I don't know if I even answered your question.
No, you did. You did. I asked a very broad question, and I try not to. No, I don't. I don't fucking try. No, it's a big question. Because there's a lot in that question. And Piper, I don't know if you remember the question, but if you do, what do you think?
I think while crowdfunding alone is really good at getting creators that normally would not ever get their stories out there to get their stories out there and made. But the downside of just doing that is how long it takes to make this stuff. And then your first set of customers are your backers, and then to ship those out. So I think really we do need something that will make it feel like stuff's getting in hands a little faster, like they're not waiting as long per issue. Backers, your first backers are always going to, feel the wait, but breaking it down later to distribute, then that's where you're going to get all the other fans, and hopefully all those other fans turn into future backers. And anything that can lower cost but speed up stuff without dumping quality, I think is good.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think I think also some of this is just building a backlog, right?
Yeah.
I think that it's been a axiom of indie writers for a long time now that your backlog pays the bills, essentially.
Mhm.
You know, and I think one of the problems that comics face, whether it be Comicsgate or just indie comics, whatever, is that it's very like it's not cheap to produce comics, and it's not quick either. You know, and part of the problem is that because it's a visual medium, it's consumed faster, right? And so, you know, it's like I think it's very important to have the current crowdfunding campaigns and groups that we have that are helping people get off the blocks, because otherwise it would be, I mean, there's plenty of authors who've written, you know, 5 books before they start getting somewhere, you know what I mean? And or more, right? You know what I mean? And so it's not really reasonable to go, well, you need to have produced what would that be? Something like almost 200 pages worth of comics before you can even begin seeing any real return on investment. You know what I mean? That's a crazy proposal.
Mhm.
But I think that hopefully we're seeing a broader market emerge. Do you feel like that's the case, that there's kind of a solidification of not just necessarily Comicsgate, but a lot of just sort of do you feel like there's more people in the market at the moment for this kind of stuff?
I think so, because especially if we're talking in terms of comics. Comics is a
Mhm.
niche market within a niche market, basically.
Yeah.
This nerdcore pop culture.
Yep.
So we haven't even started to tap into the normies.
Oh, no, not at
of
all.
the world, because and once you start to hit that, that's when you've broken through.
Mhm.
But I've definitely seen a growth. I've seen a growth in interest. People are moving away from the mainstream. They're more interested in what individual creators are making, where it's definitely a doer's economy.
Mhm.
The days of going to college to get a job to make it, those are done. You're either trying to make it or you're not going to make it. And I think once people see that, it's infectious. One of the things that I do is I work with a collection called the Fantastic Collection. Gentleman who became a friend of mine, has a documentary movie being filmed about him, about this comic book collection left to him. It's called Selling Superman. He has like one of the most valuable Superman #1s in the collection, and it's over 300,000
Awesome.
comics. It's a crazy thing. I get to be in the documentary, so I get my first IMDb credit.
Very cool.
Nice.
But anyway,
Congrats, man.
Cool.
the normies out there that are just like kind of still in the collecting sphere, those are the ones who we're starting to see come into this space, being interested about what individual creators are doing. And then the last wall is the people who got pissed off at Target and Budweiser. Once they get your attention, hey, I don't have to buy my kid this action figure at Walmart. I can go from this creator and get this whole cool universe that, and then he can enjoy that. It's
True.
we can supplant it.
I think you and I believe exactly the same thing. It's something I've been saying for. Now, obviously, this is the Little Mercmaid is not something that I would have put in the hands of my kids.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, thank you for confirming that. Obviously, I would read it first, but I have said it for at least on the channel. I've said it for months now. Give me something that I can put in the hands of my kids, because the fact of the matter is, we're not going to be the ones to necessarily affect today's culture, but the future generation, the ones that are going to start growing up, they're going to start voting. Those are going to be the kids who start. You look at the kids nowadays, right? What they're demanding of their bosses and their work environments and things like that. We all thought, oh, once they get out in the real world and get a real job, they'll figure out.
Learn.
We're wrong. Turns out there was a lot of power in that. And so, and guess what, guys? I've got 4 kids. I've got 4 of them. Give me something I can put in the hands of my children and help me to build tomorrow's culture.
May I recommend Riff Riders?
You can recommend anything you want.
I recommend Rift Riders. That's a partnership with me and Luke Stone.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
They
come out in floppies though, so there are cliffhangers, but
no, that's fine. Piper, I will say this though. Although a good shill, I don't see a link for Rift Riders. It's a poor shill.
I know. I don't have it pulled up either because I thought
you don't even have it pulled up.
Yeah,
because I've been doing Little Mercmaid Rift Riders. I actually thought we were closing the campaign by now, and we didn't. So
don't give her a hard time. I don't shill it all every time we do this show.
I have to do it for you. I can
exactly
shill for one person.
Should be used to it by now.
Oh shoot! But it's still the first thing that comes up when I Google Rift Riders, so that's exciting.
Yeah, I was got to say that campaign closed or not?
It's not closed.
It's not closed.
Yeah, I thought we would have closed it by the time we started fulfilling, but so people are getting their comics, and there's a link there. People are getting their comics, and you can still order some. A lot of the tiers aren't available. And it is the last campaign that I'm doing on there, but it's been on there a while. It's been on there since right before they really started getting squirrely. So I'm not putting anything else on there personally, but
yeah,
they've been getting really bad.
Yeah, and I don't think Luke is either. And since this is our book, I think we're on the same page that the rest of them are going to be on fundmycomic.
Yeah, that's what I said. I'm going to do everything through fundmycomic going forward.
I love that site.
Yeah. Isn't it great that we have our own place now?
It's
we know we're not going to get canceled for putting our ideas out there. Now the free market has the power to make or break us.
Yeah, but at least it's up specifically to them and not anybody else.
You know, one of the things that I have commented on the last few weeks is because I do my Wednesday stream, and it's the shout out stream. I do my Wednesday post. I'm like, hey, creators, drop your stuff down below. I actually think that's how I came across the little Mercmaid. And, I bring supporters on, and it's a whole thing, but we go through a bunch of stuff. And we go through all of the tweets of the creators that send us stuff in, and we pick 4. And when we start picking like Kickstarter projects, we look at the website and we're like, Kickstarter, your website looks like it's from 1995. Can we get something that doesn't look like it's from Kickstarter needs to, I don't know who they need to hire. They need to hire somebody to make that website look like it's worthy of being in 2023, and 2023 is a hellfire. So keep in mind what I said there. Like, there are some of these websites, I think that they just feel that they have the audience and they don't need to put anything more behind it.
Correct.
And it shows with website design.
Mm-hmm.
If you've got a captive audience, you don't have to invest anything. That's 90%. And then I work for a major retailer, so I have some experience.
Did you hear that,
with
chat?
this.
I don't have to invest in you.
You're not. Yeah, anyway, moving on. Now, I work for a retailer. And you watch how they've changed the pay structure, everything, hours, it's all to feed them. They don't have to pay as much. They get paid more. That's how the machine works.
Correct.
And so,
To that point, Luke with fundmycomic is trying to do a thing. So not necessarily he gets paid more, but so these creators can get paid more.
See, that's awesome. Yeah. That's not how corporate America works, and that's what we're all trying to fight against, I think.
Yep.
And it's
agreed.
It's I'm not going to mention names here just in case any higher ups are watching, but I work for a major retailer, and it's hourly based on commission, and I'm a decent performer in that structure. I got told I get a pay cut last fall, even though my numbers haven't changed because they want to change how they pay out. So to bring this back in with all the content creator stuff is that when all the big dogs sit there and go, oh, we're not going to invest in new IP, we're not going to invest in new ideas, we're going to try and inject all these politics into all this stuff to try and generate this other group that isn't our core group. It's all about money. It's always been about money, and we need to tell them, no, we can go find our own money, and we'll make it
I
work.
like that.
Well said.
I didn't find the crack. Anyway,
Sorry, that's a really long. I need to shorten that clip. 20 seconds.
You're
long.
Need to, but never will.
I've been saying that for 6 months. Anyway, since you bought this thing. But
welcome.
no, that's a really good point. And I really like that. We don't need you to get money. We can find our own money. And we can do it honestly. And we don't have to lie about who we are. We don't have to hide. Oh, sweetheart, you have tattoos. You've gotta cover them. Fuck off.
oh, the piercings? No.
Yeah.
That's not professional. Take them out
Yeah.
or cover them up. No.
Well, you're not allowed to talk that way. I don't care, Karen. we don't. That I really like the point that you made because, and I feel like I've somewhat found that here on YouTube, and it's growing.
Yeah.
Have you guys found that? Like, you're like, you don't need to do the corporate hubbub anymore. You guys have found what he's talking about.
I do
Yeah, I've
like
been
that.
working
I
as
can.
an artist now for at least 10 years. Just working for myself, basically. I don't think I could ever go back to having a boss.
Right? That's me. Although I would love it if I had like somebody to do all the number stuff for me. I hate that shit. But I just wanna write and maybe draw and stuff. But yeah, no. I love that. Granted, you should still probably have a customer service face, so to speak. When dealing with stuff, but at least if you deal with it bad, it's reflecting directly on you and not a company. And so you only have yourself to blame and you don't have other people breathing down your neck like I used to. And that was terrible. Never again.
I actually think it's harder when you're dealing with yourself because every time I've had to represent myself with bands and whatnot, if I make a faux pas, foot and mouth, eat crow moment, and I have to eat that, when it's just me, like, yes, I can accept that responsibility and that's fine. But when I don't know what that moment's going to be and I don't know when the band hammer's going to come down, all of a sudden the sword of Damocles just decides to drop on my neck. That's hard. And corporate changes that. Like, honestly, I actually would disagree with that. I find it easier to deal with it on my own than to just have to deal with the overlord always watching me.
But that's what I said.
Oh, it is.
I was like, so why are you disagreeing and repeating what I said?
Way around
Full
there.
disclosure, it's not our first 12 pack today. I get to see my buddy
This
one-
episode was filmed in
I'm not
3D.
gonna lie, I worked my way back around to agreeing with you. Anyway.
Yeah, no, what I was saying, you might have gotten from the customer service voice.
Yeah.
And that or face, and that was, but it's your responsibility. Like,
Yeah,
you're
no.
making the rules, so you're beholden
having that,
directly to the customers
Having that
instead of.
shield sometimes can be nice, where it's going, hey, not me, it's corporate. But
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Having a scapegoat, and now you are the scapegoat. You are your own.
And there's a little bit of a safety net in the secure paycheck coming every time. I mean, I'm a former teacher, so I'm used to salaries, but I've been doing what I've been doing for 3.5, almost 4 years now. And, it's all running through me and it's all over the place. Like, my whole business platform is designed on scaling. So the novels, all the money that I make from them, they're going into the production of the comics, and all the money that goes into the production of the comics, or all the money that comes from the comics and the books, will then be going into that 1,000 a second animation cost that'll eventually happen to turn the thing from a comic into an animated series. That's my ultimate goal. And each of the book series that I've written are moving in different directions for different mediums and scaling in other ways. So it all runs in a really weird pattern.
You get a plan, but in the end, you're chasing what the world is doing with what you
Yeah.
put out there.
Yeah, pretty much.
Sure.
And trying new things at the same time. Coming up with new and innovative ways to work on all this stuff. And I'm a little bit hoping that like Skunksy gets to a point where I can just shove money at him to, get some animation going. So collaborative works.
G-string. Wait.
What was that?
I was like, get that G-string ready, Skunks. He's gonna shove it.
Now, as far as shoving money at creators and hoping I get to tag along.
It's only partially.
I will say this, and this kind of wraps around back to what we were first talking about production and speed. I do not think people should be using crowdfunding as their income. I think crowdfunding should, everything you get out of crowdfunding, put it into the next book.
Absolutely.
I think your goal should be the book is made, or whatever it is you're crowdfunding. It is made now.
Yeah.
So use the money off of resales and reprinting it. That should be where the income comes in. It shouldn't be the crowdfunder itself.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yeah, no,
Right.
100% agree.
And that's why, if you get over your goal in crowdfunding, well, not only do you have a cushion of like emergency money just in case, but then even outside of that, well, put that into starting up the next crowdfunder. Put that into making as much of the thing as you can to show it on your crowdfunder and so on. Just keep it going, but then it'll be self-sustaining. That way you're not out of pocket while you're crowdfunding.
Exactly.
One of the most interesting concepts I'd heard. Are you guys familiar with Clownfish TV at all?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So I'm actually really excited, and I have their book, and they had some issues with their printer, which seems to be, but I actually have their 2 shadow binders here. Fantastic, by the way. But one of the things that they said, they're releasing their Crimson Wren, and I backed that. And they said, here's the thing, guys. This Crimson Wren, it's already done. It's already done. It's already at the printers. I think they are. I don't know how much money it costs, but they'd already put the back end. They're like, when you fund this book, believe it or not, we've already taken care of that. You're actually funding the next project and helping us get that kicked off.
Yep.
And that was the most interesting way to think about it. Like, if somebody were able to, and good God, it takes a lot of money. But if you could just take care of that first project, and then everything from that first project can go right into the second project, you can just create and know that it's already taken care of project, because the project that you're doing now was paid for the last time, right?
Mhm.
So you're doing the crowdfund with the marketing of, oh, hey, look at this book right now. But when you support this book, it's actually going to my next book.
Yep.
I thought that was such an awesome way. And I there's a lot of details that I kind of get murky on when I start thinking about exactly how all of that works. But I think that I think they probably worked out a really good strategy, and I think that that's something that people could shoot for.
It's
Definitely.
not to bust your bubble here, buddy, but that's just capitalism. Like straight up, like it depends on scale, but when Disney comes up and says, hey, we're going to do a thing, and investors go, okay, here's money, we're going to get a profit. That's the whole idea. It's not a novel idea.
But in the crowdfunding space, it's hard to do when you don't have billions of dollars.
It's the same formula. It's just a matter of reaching the steps.
Yeah, it's a different scale.
Yeah.
Well, and I think, I mean, I also
it's not a
will just say that I think
the old approach.
that I want people to be able to make a living in the indie sphere, right?
Yes.
That's definitely something I think is important because, like, in order for this thing to really grow, in order to affect broader culture, you have to have a strong appeal, not just of the culture itself, which I think is very important, being able to say what you want, and do the things and pursue ideas that you'd never be allowed to elsewhere, and really, like, I don't know, just put fun and the customer and everything else as your top priority. Those are all good things, and I think that those attract people. But I also think that if you want to retain people and keep people from getting bled off, you need to be able to, the goal should be everybody should want to be able to quit their day job, right? And not just in like some kind of a, oh, well, now I'll be living on ramen, kind of way, but like a, making it kind of way.
If my wife could cook every day, I would live on ramen. We don't need to start attacking people. Okay?
Whatever.
I'm just sitting here like, you got a problem with living on ramen? That's what
No.
I make some badass ramen.
Right?
I want you to be able to afford some eggs to, some good soft-boiled eggs for your ramen.
Oh yeah, for sure. That's what I put in there.
I think that you got to be careful with crowdfunding as a way of doing that, because you have so much latency between, when people are getting their project or product and everything else. And the other thing is that I'm noticing with like Anvil is, man, I don't want to start another crowdfunder until I've fulfilled completely.
Yep.
And so, but at the same time, like the project's ramping up for the second issue already, and I've got to start going, if I want to maintain those timelines. So, I think that there is definitely a place for crowdfunding, and I don't think that there's anything wrong. Personally, I'm probably going to run like a primary campaign through fundmycomic and then put like $500 goals on Kickstarter and Indiegogo just to get eyeballs. You know what I mean? Draw people in if it's something that can be done easily. But
commies to our benefit, yeah.
Well, it's kind of one of those things where I'm just curious how that works, because after this, I don't think I'm going to be doing multiple sites. You know what I mean? And there's just so many different ways to go about trying to get those funds out there and get eyes on people. But I do think that a lot of the traditional distribution methods, there's reasons why people migrated to those. You know what I mean? Whether it be a subscription model or, like the easiest sale is the one where you already have the product in the customer's hand and all you have to do is convince them to, walk out the door with it. Correct. That's a much easier sales proposition.
That's exactly
and I think that should be the goal that everybody's should be moving towards.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's exactly why I said crowdfunding should just be for crowdfunding, not for selling.
Mm-hmm.
A lot are using it for sales, but the whole reason why I think, sticking to comics as an example, the reason why I think you should have like exclusive something, that is exclusive to the crowdfunder for backers that nobody else is going to be able to get their hands on later, specifically, is to reward them for paying first and reward them for waiting for each issue. Because the sales, like I said, shouldn't be counting those as your actual sales.
It needs to fund a
you
product.
should count those as
production.
Production investment is what you should count that as. Your sales comes from, now the book is made. All you got to do is print off however many copies you need, and then sell them at whatever cost you're going to sell them. That's where the money should be, and that's where you get people's stuff faster, because now it's out. Anytime somebody wants a copy, direct sales, bring them to conventions, put them on spinner racks, do what you're going to do. That's where the money should be. Crowdfunding should be getting crowd of investors into the book at all. And that's why I'm always about, there needs to be exclusive stuff that only these people that are paying ahead should get a hold of. So when you reproduce and you start reprinting, don't let everybody, especially if you're going to sell it at a different price than reward price. Don't let everybody have what these people went ahead and waited that long for.
Yep.
Make sure they get special stuff.
Good, like variant covers.
Yes.
And extra. I like bookmark
or badass T-shirt.
Right, extra stuff in the in the packaging that you don't
stickers,
remake.
those extra things are like, here, look, this is going to hit the market, but guess what? This cover, this is just for you guys.
Yeah.
We've got another cover. We hired Jimmy from down the block to do the other. He's on meth. He don't even know what. The people who aren't here, they're going to get Jimmy's cover. You're not getting Jimmy's cover. You're getting Eric's cover. You're getting bookmarks. You're getting all this other special stuff that we want because you backed us first. You guys are the early adopters.
Yeah.
Everybody else but those guys, they can get Jimmy's cover. Okay.
Yeah. These people waited on us to finish making the book that they gave us the money to finish making.
Yep.
They're the ones that are waiting like a year between issues, so that other people can scoop them up whenever they feel like it later. Yeah.
Right.
So these are your investors. Backers are investors more than customers.
They're not even typical investors. Like a crowdfunding is a weird space where it is investment on passion because there's no ROI on what they put down. There's some, unique merch, which to Royce's point needs to stay unique because otherwise there's no benefit.
Yeah.
But there's no ROI. These aren't people that are expecting a return. And so we need to respect that. This is a customer. It's just a pre-customer. We always talk about pre-orders and whatnot in the gaming sphere and whatnot. And,
true.
Pre-order in the gaming sphere got predatory, though.
Well, that's because we had corporations and we need to make sure, the small guys don't.
Well, I mean, I don't even know if you can blame corporations for that. So, like, look at indie games, right? With the early access, everything else. There are some very small teams that put out, you know what I mean? And I think that that's just, sometimes it can be malicious and intentional, and sometimes it's just
many crowdfunding programs, Kickstarter, Indiegogo, everything on that go just that way. I still insist, Star Citizen is a scam. Yes, there is an actual game to play, but barely.
Well, there's a difference between like your starry-eyed indie dev who doesn't have any idea what he's doing really, but he's quite certain. He's on the peak of Mount Stupid. You know what I mean? And he doesn't know what he doesn't know.
My lawn.
Yeah, right. And industry people
Royce built
like
his house up there.
What is it? Roberts? Who's the guy who did Star Citizen?
Oh God,
you know who I'm talking about.
Yes.
Something Roberts, and who is an industry insider. He's been doing this for decades. He should have known. You know what I mean?
And that's kind of the point I'm trying to drive at. Is the scope, the cost, especially if you've been in the industry for a second, that these are your investors, but they're not getting an ROI on this. So there's a certain level of respect and treatment you should give them. And yes, fund a product, not an idea.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and the other thing is they are kind of getting something out of it, right? They're getting obviously there's a transaction going on there. It's not just the product. I think it's also that relationship that you're building.
What he means
until
by
the transaction actually happens.
You're going to buy a book, and in a year, that book is probably going to be worth less value than it was. Like, you're not getting a return necessarily. You're not gaining any interest on that book.
I give $1,000 to Star Citizen, to develop the game. I'm not an investor. I'm a contributor. And that's what we need to recognize as content creators is.
And until fulfillment actually happens,
they don't make money off of it. They are a customer, and they're a very early customer, but they're a customer.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying that it shouldn't just be treated like a customer.
Yeah.
Is all I'm trying to say. More special.
Daniel, what was that? And then Piper, I'll get to you, and then we've got to get to super chats, guys. So Daniel, go.
I was just saying that until fulfillment, which is the actual transaction point, you're operating in almost a friend space. You have a connection with these people that are willing to work with you with your project. They're willing to put themselves in somewhat of the hot seat with you by putting their money towards it. So there is a responsibility to them way before the transaction point even hits with crowdfunding.
Yes.
And then Piper, what were you saying?
Oh, I was saying on the yes, they're technically your very first customers, but they are still a little bit higher up than like just somebody you're sending a book to.
And
And that's why I'm putting emphasis on they are putting faith in you that they're going to get that thing, that you're going to really make it, and that they're really going to get it.
Yeah.
Piper and I are on the same wavelength.
Yeah, and that's why I put a lot of emphasis on giving them exclusives that when you resell this thing for probably less, that they don't feel like, I could have just waited like everybody else. That they feel still good about I funded beforehand, therefore I get this stuff that shows that I'm cooler than these other guys that waited.
Yeah, and there is a lot of that there too.
Yeah.
I was just struggling with the idea of investor, because an investor expects a return on investment.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, I figure the return is they get their stuff and more stuff.
Well, in the company world, it's if somebody invests $1,000, they're expecting at least to get that $1,000 back eventually.
And merch that depreciates is not an ROI. That's
right.
Purchase.
And that's why it doesn't work that way.
Yeah.
No, I agree.
I have a question for you, Piper, because this is something that I'm kind of struggling with Anvil at the moment. Is that it's like 12% more for me to order 1,000 copies of the first issue rather than just the just the bare minimum, right? So I'm obviously going to do the 1,000, but I'm planning on stamping them as like overruns. So if I sell them at conventions and things like that, they're going to be clearly marked as overruns. Do you think that, like, in your opinion, is that sufficient, or do you think I should, in addition to, the prints and some of the other things that are going to be going in, what's your take on that? Like, as far as like marking it, so maybe collector less value, something to that effect.
So, if you've fulfilled basically you've fulfilled all the ones you fulfill, and what's left over out of that big print run is what you're going to sell. A lot of people do that for their first batch. They usually either just mark them as overruns or what have you. If it's the exact same thing that backers have gotten, then I would put it at the same price point.
Oh yeah, I plan on doing
they
that
paid
for sure.
it. If it's less stuff than the backers get, then I say you could mark it as an overrun and even do it for less to buy the physical, as long as your backers got more out of backing than people get out of buying it at your table. Otherwise, you just put it as an overrun and do the same price point that the backers paid.
I think that's probably what I'm going to end up doing. I just, I'm planning on making sure that it's clear that, it's not, if people are wanting to have this as like, I got the very first issue with the first thing and all this other stuff, that they get something, that's the only way you're going to get it. Now, like whenever I send out marketing copies, I'm going to mark them as, I'm going to like stamp marketing on there. You know what I mean?
I was going to say that's
Richard. I want mine signed by you.
Sure. I'll sign it for you if that's what you really want.
That's exactly what plenty of them do, because the more you print in bulk, the less you're paying per. Because you're only setting up once. So the bigger the run, the more discount you're getting. So that's what a lot do, is mark overruns. They'll put a sticker on it or something they can't take off. A stamp sounds good, but that's what they'll do, is they'll mark it to show that a backer didn't get this one. This one is different. That's it's been done. It's a perfectly normal idea that I think is.
Here's what you should do, Richard. For those people who did not actually back the book, right? They don't get a picture of you doing the Jesus pose from Dogma. I want
the Buddy Christ.
I want you,
Buddy Christ.
Yeah, there we go.
I want you. I want a Polaroid of you in my Anvil copy doing the Buddy Christ pose.
Royce, I'm not sending you any special pictures. Okay, we've already covered this. No special pictures, no requests. I'm sorry, buddy.
Super Jets.
What is this? OnlyFans? Come on.
Don't-
Only feet.
You have no
Holy
idea
shit.
how powerful that word is on this channel. You haven't been around.
It's
for
a chat meme.
All right, go. All right. Oh my god. So we've got some questions for you guys. We have some of my guys calling me gay. And this is the super chat hour. And it doesn't have to be an hour. And I should have said this prior to the stream starting, Piper and Eric. If at any time that you feel you've got to leave for any reason, just say, hey, I've got to go. Do not feel like you have to stick around for the whole show. That's what I'm here for. I'll sit here and twiddle my thumbs and
Yeah, we're stuck here for the 3 hours, but you guys can bounce whenever you want.
you guys can leave whenever you so. So over here, we did have a chat earlier on Rumble from 10K. He said he backed and got the cover C. He also said, and I'll give him this extra one here in the super chat section, which I actually do that on my show regardless. But he said, jokes aside, awesome project. Can't wait to check it out.
Heck yeah. Awesome. Thank you so much.
Yeah. It's you guys. There's something here. This is not something that's in my style, and it's caught my attention. There's something here. There's something fun, whimsical about this. That's
Hey,
that wasn't talking about you.
my favorite word.
All right, so Wrangler over on YouTube for $4.20. That's it. Just $4.20. He drops a $4.20 super chat and bounces. Thank you so much, Wrangler. I do appreciate it.
That's what Wrangler does.
Came from Mike Miller. I read $4.20 on the channel, and he got as close as he could. And he had like a Dr. Pepper or something, and he made it sound like a bong in the freaking. So you can thank Mike Miller for that. Oh, the random stuff I talk about that nobody cares about. It's awesome.
Chat memes.
Chat memes, true. All right, the ultimate kahuna.
Man.
Yeah, for $4.99 says if you want when it's appropriate, I made a video praising their new comic. Don't watch it on stream, copyright stuff, but just let them know it exists.
Sweet.
Absolutely. I will.
Attaboy, Kahuna.
Attaboy.
Nice.
Kahuna is awesome. That's the ultimate Kahuna. Go find him on YouTube. He is a fun guy. Apparently, he wants his wig to bet on my wig. Are you guys aware of the wig meme?
No, this sounds fascinating. Tell me more.
It's not fascinating. It's not. It's fine. It's fine.
Right now, the wig's doing the little double horns thing.
There was a video I did a while back, and my hair was a little bit shorter than it is now. And the guy basically made this long, sarcastic post about how he knew I was wearing a wig because when I talk and my brow furrows, my hairline doesn't move. It just doesn't. And that's how he knew I was wearing a wig. So I hammed that up for like a day and a half on Twitter. I yelled it. I was like, guys, I'm taking the wig off on Sunday because on Sunday I do a live stream where I read all of the comments on. I'm a small enough channel that I don't get so many comments that it's overwhelming. So I do a live stream to go and read all of them and react to them on Sundays. So I can engage with my audience because I feel like if they're giving me their time, I should give some of that back. And so I hammed it up with everybody that guys, I'm taking the wig off on stream this. And so I sat there and at the very end, it was the last comment. It worked perfect. It was the last comment of the last video that I did that week. And it worked out perfect. I was able to do it right at the end of the stream. I was tugging on my hair and stuff and having a good time. And then that evolved and they cropped out, and I was wearing my over-the-ear headphones, what Matt's been wearing all night. They cropped out my hairline and put it behind put it in front of a holy angelic light, and now my hair is known as the wig of destiny.
Nice.
Yep, we each have an item of power.
Yeah. Richard has the anvil, Daniel has the seat of power, and I have the wig of destiny. And I need a fucking comic to be made of these three items. And
That sounds awesome.
these three. It's hilarious, dude. But yeah. So I am my channel. The channel has been around for quite a while, but the lore is is young but long. Don't read into that, chat. But it's
Too late.
They're going to.
I know they are, but no, but yeah. So that's where so if you see wig jokes and things like that, so you guys are in on the loop. And then the Ultimate Kahuna wanted his wig to fight my wig, and I told him that, dude, my wig's been around for a long time. Like, it has literally seen battle zones. You have no idea the great men that have worn the wig before me. It was there in the Revolution. It absolutely saw the fall of Rome, possibly there when Christ died. We don't know how long the Wig of Destiny has been here.
I thought
But
you
it's
bought
been-
it for $2 at a good.
Hey, we're not telling the real story. We're going with the lore. It's like, I gave
Until he started playing with it, he had two little hair
That's how the
horns
story
sticking up.
starts out. The hero buys the wig at a garage sale.
Right. Oh my God, that would be incredible. And he doesn't realize what it is.
Can I also just say the missing wheel on this side is very problematic?
Please don't crash into my wall. I already had one. Right.
Oh, I've almost done it. I went to reach for a beer and all of
He
a sudden
has broken 4 chairs. 5. The 5th one, I say 5. The 5th one, it was at my brother's house. The 4 of them were at my house. He sits in chairs and they just
this one's already
explode.
broken.
Well,
Nope.
you've sat in it before.
No.
We sure knew you were coming, and it broke
This
itself.
is my son. I told my
Not
son, I
my
was like,
fault.
hey, buddy, we need to borrow your chair.
Not my fault.
This is my son's Lego building chair. He sits in this chair and builds Legos. We're like, hey, buddy, we got to borrow this. Okay, Dad.
And now it's
Take my
broken.
chair back so I can build Legos. I was like, buddy, we got to do a stream. Okay.
And
I'll give it back to you tomorrow.
when the
Okay.
missing wheel was in the back, it was fine. But now that it's to the left, it's a problem.
It also becomes a problem when you're drunk. Hey, JVP Music for $10.
You know what? I feel attacked.
JVP Music for $10 says, I remember following Piper last year and just followed Eric. Seeing new and original art released over time by my internet peoples is a wonderful thing. And he goes, Mercmaids. Yeah.
Yeah.
Does like
Yes.
the fist. Does she do a fit? Like, what is her like call to arms? Does she do a fist? Does she? What does
Well,
she
she's
do?
kind of the only one armed, so. Well, the only one on her side armed.
Yeah, right.
I mean,
The only one that counts, really.
you know, I think that she slaughters a lot of men in the book. I feel like they're very distracted by. Anyway, the Lord Honor for $2.
I'm just saying that I see that coming at me. My first thought isn't, oh hey, gun.
The Lord Honor for $2 says Stab Ashton is having his onigiri flashbacks.
Sushi Survivor.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
There you go. There's
I
your
love
title.
that that's a thing.
Sebastian, Sushi Survivor.
I like that.
Oh,
I was gonna try and figure out some way to have like a
can we?
you know, like the rolling with the past or something. You know what I mean? Like but I think the sushi.
For the last hour now, I've been playing with different acronyms for PTSD.
I have,
You know, Sushi Survivor's great.
I have the darkest thought of Sebastian making human sushi. As retribution.
There you go.
Oh.
Dang.
I was like, it's
The
just,
ultimate finger food.
it's got. And here's the thing: it could be an unbloody thing, but he's got a person rolled up in like the rice, and he's got his sword, and he's like humans. And the guy's just like, ah!
Goodbye.
That chef took my claw, but I got his nose.
I took my club and I got his nose. Oh,
Perfect.
Geekomon. Geekomon for $2 says, show me. Show you. Geekomon. Oh, God. The Ultimate Kahuna for $1.99 says, Daniel, I wouldn't touch that with an 8-inch pole. And that's quotation marks. This is how he said it.
I might have missed the reference. So.
That was earlier.
Not sure why 8-inch pole.
There was a lot happening when that super chat came in.
It's kind of a small pole. I'm just saying.
Don't touch me.
Dear God,
He's seen bigger.
Jesus Christ! That would be legend
Off the rails.
in the world.
It's a grower, not a shower.
I'm sorry, Piper. I apologize.
Oh, so you should hear the stuff that comes out of my mouth on my own streams. I try to be careful on other people's streams. Sometimes.
I was like,
Sometimes.
I had this feeling. I was like, they're chill. I'm gonna cut a little bit more loose than I know.
Oh yeah, you're fine with me.
It's almost 2.5 hours into the stream. I'm on drink number 4. What do you expect?
And you
Drink number
haven't,
4.
and you're still
My
a
sweet summer
full half
child.
hand above the top of the seat of power. That's another thing. When
I keep sitting up. That's the problem.
oh, okay, so you're cheating. That's fucking
Yep.
great. Kikomon for $20
It's
says,
the headphones.
right. Yeah.
They
That's
hook
right. You got
the
the
chair.
headphones. There's no echo this week though. It's awesome. Kikomon for $20 says, I dropped my sauce. I think he means soy sauce.
Soy sauce, yes.
Kikomon, slow down on the drinking, sir. Hey, look at that.
He's keeping up with me.
Bear. Hey. Thank you.
He says, I dropped my soy sauce container. Can we have a minute of silence to commemorate the holy container that will be replaced? Show you. Kikomon came in an hour late. I have no idea what is going on.
What I did here is we need a moment of silence for the soy sauce.
Moment of silence for the soy sauce. All right, soy sauce is gay. We're going on.
Philistine.
I thought I thought Kikomon was gonna unsubscribe for me the day that I told him that I didn't like soy sauce. It's not my jam. And he was like,
Well, I mean,
I said it to him live on stream too. I got roasted by the chat. The chat was like,
Bryce is the cat from the Kikomon video.
Dang. So I shouldn't say I don't like it either. Huh?
oh my god!
Salty.
Thank God, there's at least 2 of us.
Love sushi. Do not like soy sauce because then that's all I can taste is salt.
Sushi.
I'm a chime
That's
in.
fair.
I also am not a soy sauce guy. I also wasabi.
Wasabi is superior. I will admit.
Soy sauce.
Yes.
Okay, no, I can't wasabi either. I like being able to taste food after. Like,
It's not that hot.
It's not.
it's
It's
not
actually
the
good on
hot
hamburgers.
part. It's the fact that that's all. As soon as wasabi touches my tongue, that's all I can taste the rest of the day.
Yeah.
All right, I give
Until I
you
get it out, that's all I can taste, and I want to be able to taste my.
It
rest
is
of my
strong.
food.
Right.
It is strong.
He and I eat ridiculously hot stuff. I had 5 out of 10 of the world's hottest peppers growing in my garden last year.
Nice.
Fuck off, dude.
And I got some of them.
Yeah, I do like hot stuff. It's just if my dish is meant to be hot, that's one thing. But if I'm trying to taste my dish, I don't want wasabi touching it.
Have you done the one chip challenge yet?
Oh God!
We actually have that on the channel. We've already done that. It tastes
Yeah.
like crap. It tastes.
awful.
It's hot, but it tastes like crap.
Yeah, it's not designed to like taste good. It's designed to make you sweat.
It's
that's
designed
all.
just to burn. Yeah.
Yeah,
like,
and it's. I mean, it's hot. It's definitely hot.
It is
My-
literally biting into like somebody doused a piece of cardboard into spices.
Yeah, that's it. It's
Yeah.
it's,
Pretty
it's
much.
like chalky
Yeah.
cardboard covered in just pepper salt.
Probably
It's-
because they made that chip in 2017.
people are gonna refund their backings because I don't like soy sauce. Soy sauce. And, I love seafood though, but yeah, no. I want to taste my food.
What I want right now is some lobster and butter sauce.
Stab Ashton's gonna get
I'm
it.
doing surf and turf tomorrow.
We did.
Sebastian's triggered.
Sebastian's gonna be my next meal.
Uh-oh.
Be afraid of the crab. There's the catchphrase. Be afraid of the crab. Sorry, don't use that as
Fear the crab.
fear the crab.
That's
Yeah.
better. That's
My
better. but
okay,
keep working,
okay.
keep working,
So I'm
keep
going to tell
working.
you guys this, and I do not know why I have this memory from being a kid, but
Gay?
my dad was a jackass, and still is to this day. He's just a grandfather now, and it's funny to watch him do it to my kids
Oh, he is a softie.
compared to how he used to be. Yes,
Yeah.
but I asked my dad. We were going out to fancy dinner night, Red Lobster. Right, we were middle class family. Red Lobster, especially back in the 90s, Red Lobster was actually really good.
Yeah, it was. And
Yeah,
it was.
no,
it was
no.
fancy for.
98, 99.
Yeah.
So, and I remember asking my dad, I was like, why do they call it Red Lobster? Because kids ask stupid questions like that. And my dad, without missing a beat, he told me, he's like, because they call it Red Lobster because there is a red lobster, a giant red lobster that hides in the kitchen. And for people who are bad in the restaurant, they actually feed it to the Red Lobster. And I fucking believed it. I was like 6. I don't. And I'm like, he didn't even skip a beat. He didn't laugh. No, I mean, the guy was a straight late, and he was like,
right.
And
buddy.
he was like, now I don't want you to go away forever, so please be good in the restaurant. And I was, yes, Dad. And I was like, as I got older, I was like,
that motherfucker.
that motherfucker. So that was my dad.
Dude, I got a call from my son's school about what I had him thinking Thanksgiving was about.
No.
Details.
Do share. They're not just going to leave that. You said no cliffhangers earlier.
Okay. So he was pretty stubborn about eating turkey. So I told him that the whole point of Thanksgiving and why the turkey is a big deal, because I guess this was kind of he was pretty young, so it was before they were really teaching it in school.
Right.
And so I said it's because unlike Australia with emus, we won the war when we came over to America. We won the war against the turkeys. But turkeys hate people. And so every year we have to eat a whole bunch of turkey at once so that they'll be scared of us instead of trying to get us.
That's incredible. I love that.
That's a good one.
Like, first grade or something, I got a call from his teacher and she was like, so he's telling us we're wrong about Thanksgiving.
Your kid was standing on the desk in the middle. No, wait.
Oh, that's not what happened.
You don't understand.
If we don't eat the turkeys, they will amass an army.
We have to
roast them all.
Once a year, remind them we're the dominant species over here in the States.
I'm just reminded of that Bob's Burgers episode where they all do amass an army.
I love Pixel, and that's why she's our writer. I can make up cool shit about anything.
There you go.
Wonderful.
$5 says, what do you call an orphan taking a selfie?
A family photo.
That's Kikomon for
Yep.
you.
Kikomon for $5 says, dark humor isn't that popular anymore. At least it is my way of telling my black friends he's not funny.
Kikomon.
Damn, he's got a lot of these. Damn.
Yeah, he does.
Oh, you haven't even.
Yeah, you should see some of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, we haven't even gotten to the bad ones yet.
Some of the jokes you guys looked up, we can get this shut down in a.
I have flat out told
3.
Kikomon I will not read that on YouTube because I don't know how far. And it's been like not insignificant chats either. Like, but yeah, no, he's got. I'm like, all right, I can get away with this on YouTube. It's all right. Kikomon for $20 says, I was digging a hole in the backyard and found a chest full of gold coins. I was about to run home and tell my wife about it. But then I remembered why I was digging the hole to begin with.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. That's Kikomon for you.
All right.
Eric's dead.
Yes, I guess. I swear to God, if you take down my wall, I will murder you. I have already taken down the wall once. That's
I
immortalized.
need the leg to not be to the side.
You're drunk.
Also, the chair is fucked up.
He said also. All right, Kikomon for $5. Kikomon, why he's sending like $5 jokes, man. Kikomon's just like a Kikomon. For her, I'm not even gonna math right now. I'll just read it. $5 says I asked on Gilded, but does anyone recall Biker Mice from Mars cartoon? I was surprised that it wasn't nostalgic for anyone else.
Oh, that's surprising, actually, because I remember.
Yeah, me too.
That was the USA Cartoon Network, I think.
I
Are they
don't
all
remember
Kikomon?
that one. That must have.
I also do not.
Yeah, that's,
Biker
I think
Mice
everybody
are-
was trying to cash in on the Ninja Turtles cartoon popularity. So there was Street Sharks, Biker Mike from Mars, SWAT Cats.
Yep.
And I think the one with the dogs is called Rovers. I just remember one
I
of
remember
the characters.
SWAT Cats and what was it? Street Sharks or
Yeah, Street Sharks.
There was also Samurai Pizza Cats.
SWAT
Yep.
Cat was incredible. I love SWAT Cats.
See, I never
to-
saw that one.
You uncultured motherfucker. Okay. We're moving.
I
Uncultured
can't
swine.
remember if I saw Samurai Pizza Cats, but I know I heard of it back in the
Mhm.
day. So.
I've
Yep.
never even heard of that.
Are
And
they all
what kind
just
of drug?
Kikomon?
What the hell kind of drugs were people doing in children's animation when we were kids?
That was
Cocaine.
Japan too.
Yeah,
All the cocaine.
Oh, the cocaine.
a lot of it.
How'd you think we got such like awesome movies in the 80s?
There was
Seven.
a lot of it.
True.
There was a
True.
lot of cocaine.
Kikomon for $5 says, wondering if anyone will be willing to start a print company. Would cost around 5 to 10 mil for the whole setup. Would there be enough support?
I don't know. Somebody crowdfund it and find out.
That's a valid
question.
answer.
I'm working on it, but it may require me to buy someone else's printing company.
Depending on the price, that might not be a bad.
What the fuck?
It'll be much
We
cheaper.
just need the economic downturn. We need the economy to collapse.
Wow.
And Daniel to sell his collection of
At Red Jay.
copper tubing that he's been stealing out of his neighbors' air conditioning units for the past 3 years. So,
Stop watching me.
yeah, I'm,
Why are you watching him?
just
Weirdo.
keeping tabs on people.
Stalker.
Can't go on for $2. Says I came in late. Royce, is that your dad with you?
Attacked.
And I did respond to this in the chat. No, you might actually. Well, and we'll see how comfortable they are. But you guys might actually meet my parents here in a few weeks, for the cigar stream. So
Yes.
yeah, the cigar stream is coming up. What is that? The 14th of July, I believe.
Correct.
Yeah. So nope, we're doing a cigar stream. It's going to be a whole panel of people, and it is going to be absolute pandemonium. So
I will be enjoying cigars instead of drinking whiskey.
and we will send out an invite to everybody that has ever guested on the show, and at this point, that's over 30 people.
Whoa.
So if you ever feel the need to just pop in and say hi, we can probably do that. Richard, I also need to give you access to the StreamYard so you can run that stream. 'cause
One day.
one day it'll happen. Maybe not. Or we'll get to that stream and go, oh, hey, we didn't do that. Good idea.
I know which I'm betting on.
All right. Oh, I know. I absolutely know what horse I'm
Like
betting.
our weekly meetings every 6
Yeah.
to 12 months.
Yes, our weekly meetings.
Yeah. We do a weekly meeting every 6
Yes.
months.
I
It's fine. Royce, senor, tell your son to grow a beard.
grow a beard.
No.
Well done.
He said senior, but I wanted to read it senor because I just felt like it.
Well, no, I'm not senior. I am senior.
Keep on for $2. Cyberpunk is a good example not to trust long term.
Hey.
I mean, I feel like it's improved a lot.
Oh, he's talking about the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
The
not.
video game, man, I loved it when it was buggy because that was at its most fun for me, man.
Right? Everything just breaks, and you're just like, oh, yeah.
I was having a blast with how silly stuff would happen, just like,
Hey, look, his head just went across the street and through that sign.
Yeah, but
I love that stuff.
it's also come a long way. Apparently, with the expansion, they're fixing a lot of core issues.
Damn it.
All right, Piper.
Not as fun anymore.
Working game.
Boo.
So what you have to understand, Piper is spicy. She doesn't like things down the straight and narrow. Never mind. We're not going to go further down that analogy. Sorry. Nope. I even got uncomfortable with that one. I'm just like, wait.
Yeah, not gonna lie, I'm mostly straight.
There are things that I can say to my wife that I realize I should not ever say online.
Or this to me.
Had to force the eyebrow down there, Royce.
Ah!
Get him, Matt.
The fuck off. Calvin, I swear to God. I swear to God. Calvin Galata for $20 says, good evening, denizens.
Howdy, Underworld Don.
Yes, this is Underworld. This is the Thought Don himself, the THOT. There's a lot of lore behind that too. Basically, every time he shows up, he brings the thought bots with him. So, and it's hilarious. It hasn't happened for a while, but probably because he got married.
Where
Big pimpin'.
Well, they're usually in the chat, but they're not here. So he says,
I was promised thought bots.
You have a phone.
But titties.
And we've lost Matt.
Price for a fledgling indie looking into ordering hard copies of their comic. As far as what good boxes to check are, examples being priced per book/binding. I'll put that up on the screen because I read that terribly, so I'll put that on the screen for you guys to read.
My beats.
I assume he means like hard covers.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what he's doing. Hardcovers, those are spendy.
Yeah,
Ooh,
very
yeah,
spendy.
those are super spendy. So I haven't attempted those yet. So I would not be sure, but
Do your market research, my man.
you're just gonna have to research those. I would assume that, like other stuff, though, the bigger bulk you get, the
It does
lower
bring the
per
cost down.
unit,
Mhm.
since that's just still part of the printing process. So there's that. But yeah, you would have to look that up and just look up printers that do it and find the best price of a printer that you trust. Because some overseas printers are not going to send you shit. But
Yeah.
So be careful. Be careful out there. But yeah, I couldn't tell you right off the bat because I haven't tried that.
Eric, you got any good advice for that one?
Yeah, basically, you're going to end up paying a premium, but if you're able to, bring in a good sized chunk of change in your crowdfunder, it's worth it to reward the people with an ever improving product. We're adding more pages. Once we hit the 10K, we want to try to add a mini comic on top of that once we hit the 15, and so forth. So the more that you get people to come in, absolutely give them those upgrades. Put the money back into the book, make it better.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. Doing crowdfund with hardback, and everybody else gets standard.
Paperback.
Yeah,
That's an idea with merit. Every
that's not a bad idea. Yeah.
crowdfunders get the hardback. All you other scrubs, you get Jerry's soft back. That was a return to the joke. That's in comedy. That's never.
If you have to explain it, it's not funny.
The funny part is it stop it. Damn it.
What would really make the
Take
stream
a
is if
mark.
Matt grabbed the wig of destiny and ran.
The fuck off. It doesn't come off. So somebody had mentioned to me a while back, you know that bitch that put like Gorilla Glue in her hair?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot about her.
Okay, why do you think the wig of destiny doesn't come off? She got the idea from me.
There.
I
see.
She skipped steps 5 through 8. That was the problem.
He's lying. I put it on before we got into,
Come on for $2 says, damn you, Royce! Soy sauce for life.
even.
Oh, Herman P. Hunter for $5 says, I got
Hello,
roasted
Herman.
by the stream. That's like every stream. Yeah, he was commenting on me.
Mm.
Kikomon for $100.
Wow.
Yeah. Kikomon for $100 says, damn you! Soy sauce will rule the world one day. Soy sauce. Socialist Republic. I told you they were building a cult. Not lose. Play the Kikomon song for Piper. She will change her mind once she sees the awesome impact of Kikomon. P.S. Try soy sauce instead of salt for your eggs. It is awesome.
Like I said, Royce is the cat.
All right, I will pull up the Kikomon. This is an old Flash animation. No, it's not. An official
Oh my
thing.
god.
Here we go.
Yep. You guys haven't been initiated.
I have.
It's time.
Oh, you guys haven't been initiated. Okay.
Kikomon actually makes one of my favorite plum wines.
Sorry?
So Kikomon actually makes one of my favorite plum wines.
Plum
The
line?
brand? Yeah.
I need context.
They make plum wine.
Is a
They
Yeah,
are a
plum
sauce
wine.
brand, but they also
Yeah.
make plum wine.
What?
And it's
And theirs
very good.
theirs is pretty sweet. I like theirs.
Plum.
it's very different.
All right. Then
Japanese plum wine, yeah.
Interesting.
It's way better than sake.
Yeah, it's better
Like
than plum
if you're
sake.
gonna drink Japanese alcohol, do plum wine.
Oh,
for
yeah.
Sure.
Oh,
That is-
Love that shit.
It's very good.
I'm down. All right. Here's the Kikomon.
Oh,
Whoa.
this is like 20 years.
大豆の星からやってきた正義の使者だキコナン醤油をたちまちかけたなら食べ物食うとうまくなる外食なんてぶっ飛ばせ必殺技だキコパンチ目玉焼きは
See, Royce is the cat.
Fuck off! I'm not the fucking king!
醤油キコナ
はい
ンキコナン醤油
He's the cat, right?
キコナン
He is the cat.
He's the cat.
Yep.
大豆の星からやってきたいかつあいつはキコナン醤油は体にいいんだぜ最近さよもあるんだぜ
He actually pulled my voice from his head from saying that.
必殺技だキコベンだから青焼きを醤油だってんだろ
See, Royce is the cat. He goes to the corner.
Show you. Keep going, keep going. Show me. Show you. Keep going. All right.
That was hysterical.
So, now you guys have seen
Now
Yes, you have
the
been.
Kikomon.
You have experienced the Kikomon song, and you can all agree that Royce is the cat.
Bastard, so
Royce
much
is the
right.
cat.
Grinning Tiki says for $5 says if a cholo smokes weed, does that make him a cho high?
Not bad.
Well done, good sir.
That is actually
Golf clap.
I get.
Dude, you are way too the fuck white if you don't get that. Like, I know what it is to be white. I get it.
Whoa. No.
Oh, yeah.
Careful, kitty.
No.
All right. So
No push
before
button.
we go, it is time for that part of the evening. Eric, Piper, do you have? Oh wait, nope. Sorry, this one will not come through if I don't read it. It won't come through over on this side. But Tim Allen is a member for 7 months over on the Adrian Grady channel. He says, Royce, the pretty kitty Iron Age booty daddy.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna call him Pretty Kitty for the rest of the weekend.
I hate you all. I hate
Love
you
it.
all. Oh God. Fuck Michael Harris. Michael Harris is what Art's doing on her desk.
All right. Before he does his whole sign off thing, it was wonderful to meet you all. Eric, Piper, thank you so much for being here.
Oh, thank you very much.
Thank you.
What a blast.
Hey, your shill is later.
No, I want to get in before your show because I know you take like fucking 15 minutes.
Actually,
It's
no,
fun.
I don't. I usually actually never shill on my own show. That's the point of my show, is for other people to shill.
Yeah,
If you watched it, you would know.
You would
I
still-
take up all of his time,
outro.
Matt.
Yeah.
So I
All
want
right.
to say thank you.
Anyway,
Piper, Eric, whatever you guys have that you would like people to follow, please drop those links unless you already have. But definitely give us your 1-minute elevator pitch for whatever you guys are working on. And I'm going to let you guys rock, paper, scissors to figure out who goes first.
I actually want to see rock, paper, scissors. Like right now.
Only choose rock.
Attaboy, Eric.
Oh, no.
I mean, this is my scissors. This is my rock. There's not that much difference. Forget paper.
The
It's just the rock sideways.
That's the ultimate.
I'll drink to that.
I was gonna say, well, looks like Piper gets to decide that.
Oh, shit. Eric, you can go first. Pretend I picked scissors.
Well, hey, you can always follow me here at Dreaded Dinosaur on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, that hellhole, whatever. And then please, I put the link in the private chat to read The Dreaded Dinosaur Man on Webtoons. I'll be doing print books of that later this year. And quite a bit more merchandise and stuff for that property as well. And then, I'm also drawing a British Bulldog comic book, which is the follow-up to the Roddy Piper Kilted Avenger book that I did with Mess Bucket Publishing. So the British Bulldog one will be forthcoming as well. And
awesome.
lots of cool projects in the fire. And I got, thanks to Mercmaid, which hopefully everybody's backing, I got people rolling in my DMs that are, pretty big accounts looking to work with me. So I'm very thankful for that. Thankful for the eyeballs
Awesome.
on this project because it helps, helps me out long term. And go for it, Piper.
Really quickly.
Okay.
You got the scissors one?
That's the king side.
Okay.
Pixel from the top rope there.
I can't with y'all right now.
Welcome to A Drink with Crazy.
Holy fuck.
Oh, this was a blast.
Oh my god.
crazy. We're good.
Okay, Piper, what would you like to now shout out that you're working on, the things that you would like other people to pay attention to?
Can you try and restate that?
No.
I got it. That's all that matters.
You know what I'm saying. I can't even think right now, dude. I'm laughing. I'm trying not to laugh and host a show. Do you have any fucking clue how hard that is?
I'm sorry. Piper, please. Please.
Impossible at this point.
While my website is still under construction because I have to rebuild it this time, and I suck at that. So somebody asked me like, when is your site going to be back up? And I was said soon. Anywhere between now and the heat death of the universe.
Eventually.
Soon, yeah. So until then, follow me on Twitter at Piper's Adventure because I'm obviously constantly tweeting. Well, when I'm not tweeting stupid stuff, I'm tweeting about what I'm actually doing. Sometimes that's not stupid. But sometimes. You could check out Rift Riders, number 1. Rift Riders number 2, I've already wrote before Mercmaid. But then Fund My Comic work started happening, which paused Rift Riders because it's Luke's baby too. So that should be coming out this year sometime. Also keep an eye out on .quasar.
Do you have a link for that?
No, because it's not up yet.
Oh, okay.
So just keep an eye out. Yeah. I'll be posting
Coming soon.
Yeah, if basically for now, if you follow me on Twitter, when things happen, that's probably the first place I'll be telling people. And first place you can get links. So just keep an eye out for more Rift Riders and in some .quasar, but mostly back Little Mermaid because I need those extra pages really bad. And also would really love to, hi Miyagi, make a sequel. Really bad.
Gentlemen, make this woman happy by backing Little Mermaid so that way she can work harder for you.
Also, phrasing. Phrasing.
Piper knew what I meant.
What do you want? Oh my god.
Free time.
$100. Says, will Royce's dad get a shout out?
Do I get a shout out?
No, fuck off. Daniel Riley, good sir. Are you going to chill or am I going to have to do it for you this week?
I'll do a small one.
All right.
Small one.
Small. Little bit.
G said I 1 and 2 are the Fund My Comic virtual book signing is going on until the end of the month, where you can get signed copies of both books now that I put out the second one, and a sweet t-shirt or a poster if you so desire. You can also get updates on the production of the comic for now until I'm ready to do a crowdfund for that, but I'm not going to do that until the book's done. And of course, if you'd like help with your creative endeavors, that's what whimsyland.org is for. Literary coaching and services. I work with creators to refine and make their projects awesome. And I'm really drunk, so that's the best you get from me.
You did it, kid. You pulled it off.
On a scale of 1 to fuck, where are we?
Down to the end of the 4th glass, my friend.
I'm on like beer something. Lots of count. So
now this is High West Double Rye. Just so you know,
we were looking at that the other night. I was actually looking at High West. I was like, we're standing in the liquor section of the gas station because I live in a small town, and Matt was like, are we really thinking about getting whiskey? I was like, no, I do not need to get that hammered. And I was standing there. I was like, I wonder what they have here. And then I was like, then it went from, oh, that looks good. And I was like, are we really thinking about doing this? And I was like, no.
Now I am a good Irish lad. So,
dude, I drink whiskey like I drink beer, 12 ounces at a time.
Hey, come on! Don't tease me. I'm a bourbon guy. Name some names. What bottles you drinking, guys?
I'm a Scotch guy, man. I'm a Scotch guy. I like my Scotches, man.
Nice.
That's I West double rye.
I like them
That's
all
what
as
I
long
had.
as it's whiskey.
A real answer. A real answer.
I like
it.
Actually,
with
my
you.
mom, it's a cheaper bottle. It's about 45 bucks now, but it's called Chivas Regal.
Okay.
Scotch
That's
whiskey.
bad.
Chivas Regal is really good. I like Chivas Regal.
Now, in the last 6 months, I've had Knob Creek, Chivas Regal, Maker's Mark,
Ooh.
Of course, you're gonna have Maker's Mark.
the blue.
Oh, Johnny Blue.
Johnny, I've had Johnny Red, Johnny Black.
You haven't tried that.
I've had Maker's
Black
Mark
Label's pretty good.
46.
Black
Wild
Label.
Turkey.
Red is. I don't like Johnny Red. I'm not a Johnny Red
no,
guy.
I drink a lot of whiskey.
That's whiskey swill.
My boss takes me out. Anyway,
Redemption Rye. That's the one you should try.
I'm a big Elijah Craig fan, and I love Angel's Envy.
Richard
with-
Craig.
Wait. Richard Craig. Sorry. Go on, Eric.
Woodford Reserve, Elijah Craig, and Angel's Envy. Those are my three favorites.
I have heard
Elijah's
Angel's
Envy.
Envy. I've heard Ricada talk about Angel's Envy
That one have
a lot.
Yeah, you got to get the rye.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. The Angel's Envy Rye. I've heard. Okay. All right. You know what? I got to
I'm a walking Irish song.
the Angels Envy Rye. We're gonna write that down
Yep.
because I do not want to forget that actually.
because that's gonna be
You should try Redemption Rye. It's really good as well.
Okay,
Sounds like a
send
plan.
me a private message because the book is hard right now. The book, I'm not gonna lie, the book is really hard right now. Richard, good-
Royce tries to write, and it's just big circles.
what were we talking about? Your recommendations and your bourbon recommendations and your Scotch recommendations. And I might try them on the
Whiskey.
channel if it's new.
Whiskey.
Yeah.
Anything whiskey.
Richard, the man who strikes upon the anvil. How are you doing?
King Richard.
Well, I've got a couple of things. I was wanting to show these off at the end here, but we have the prints, the printer that I had originally gotten on my quote
Nice.
got
Oh,
bought,
beautiful.
and they the new owners apparently are not interested in doing posters and prints because they increased their quote by like 5 times the original
Whoa,
cost. Yeah, and so I had priced everything in the campaign based off of that. And if I went to a regular printer, I it still would have been basically almost losing money on every single one of the prints and definitely on the posters. And so I just threw down the money on a large format printer and said, okay, well, I'm just going to do this thing because it's going to be almost the same money regardless. And now in the future, I'll be able to do, campaign add-ons and goodies and things like that at a reasonable rate, So it is what it is.
Nice.
But let's see here. I'm going to drop that. And the Anvil campaign for issue number 1 is still open. Issue number 2 is coming right along. I just finalized some arrangements with the artists for that issue. There's going to be some really fantastic stuff in there. Issue number 1 is almost at the printer. This final stage has been there were several things, man. Thank goodness I built in a lot of wiggle room on the schedule. Let's just say it that way.
Yeah.
The other
doing a short story anthology is crazy.
Well, yeah, and then adding in ads and the solo RPG and the other stuff like that was kind of I should have kept it a little bit simpler on the first issue. You know what I mean?
No.
And the second issue is definitely much more keeping it
Why
simple.
are you saying you wanted to give me less? I gave you money. No.
Well, the second issue is going to be more fiction, more art, more comics, but less complicated stuff that we have to like do a lot of formatting for.
Did you get the dice thing situated?
The dice, I asked the people who are making the dice, hey, what's the status on that? And they're like, the status is the same. It's in production. I'm like, can you tell me a date? Like
Give me a
and,
timeline.
yeah, and he's he's like,
because
oh yeah, it should be shipping real soon. I already knew it was gonna be anyway. So
because
like they seem friendly, but just a little bit.
Can I like under the table use some cash to get some dice?
Dude, I was like, I told the people, I was like, you know, I can, because they had like a super long lead time initially, and it's like, I'll pay for something, like I'll put down some money to jump in line. You know, you can offer some other no more ads. That's one thing I've learned is I hate ads, and they increase.
Richard and I will fight about that.
do. Yeah.
Maybe in the future, but I'm going to be, I don't know. Well, anyway, maybe for the website or something.
If Maji Chan buys a page for Shalar, this is something that gets run through me, and we'll figure out.
Well,
out with it.
I don't want to do ads. We'll figure out maybe something on the website.
They
But
do increase the shipping cost.
Oh yeah, and I did not realize what a dumb decision that was whenever I started this. Live and learn.
Live and learn.
But
Yep.
Oh no, she's not saying it's an ad. She's not saying an ad.
Oh, okay,
She's
not as an ad. Okay, yeah. Well, let's talk.
Full
Let's talk.
page in Anvil.
I'll work on Richard.
We'll-
Don't worry,
we'll-
Haji Chan.
Yeah. Well, yeah. No.
And the other thing that is going on right now is that the Iron Age media prompt submissions for May are currently up for vote. We had 24 short stories for all of the image prompts.
Sweet.
And I think 14 either flash fiction or poetry submissions. So if you want to support Iron Age authors in a way that is free to you, all it costs is a little bit of time. Go out, take a look at people, and if you like what they're writing, you can see what else they've done. And at minimum, give them a like, give them a comment, and then the ones that you like most, go to the link that I posted, which is ironage.media/vote.html, and vote for your favorites there. And those will be featured on the site over the next month. So
Awesome, man. Did you? And you did get all the links. Thank you for doing that. That is fantastic. And short show for me, ladies and gentlemen. Be here tomorrow night, Saturday night. We're doing Star Shatter, the fantastic tabletop RPG. I play a semi-Irish space captain because it sounds kind of close, maybe near in the neighborhood of an Irish guy.
I'm sorry, short show? I've been here for 3 hours. You haven't even fed me. What?
Be
He
here
tries
tomorrow.
an Irish
getting needy.
This has been Iron Age Nights. It's been awesome to hang out with everybody. Oh my God. Be here tomorrow, 7 p.m. Central for Star Shatter. It's going to be awesome. Be here for Sunday Coffee. My God, the fifis that I heard this week.
It's been quite the week, hasn't it, Royce?
Oh my God. Have you guys ever heard internet fifis and then you have fun with it?
All the time.
Lost track of
Yes.
the entire conversation.
Oh, no. Well, so fifis are when you go up and you touch somebody in the fifis and then they go, ah, on the internet, and then you make fun of them for three. Stop touching me!
Kind of like Royce was doing when Matt was trying to touch him.
We should not ever talk about that again. That's we should
Talk about what?
Way to
When Matt was
guarantee it
trying
will
to
be
touch
talked about
you?
again.
Choice and defect.
I was thinking about the South Park movie. Barbra Streisand! Oh my God!
Am I allowed to swear that much? Am I?
I don't know. I actually think no. YouTube hits all of my streams.
Am I?
Am I?
Yeah, we'll get strikes all over.
No, we're not doing that.
Okay.
I wish I could. I actually wish I could. On Rumble, you can, but YouTube.
Which is why we're now doing the Rumble Renegades Extreme.
South Park movie rant. Go see Royce over at Rumble.
Piper, Eric, thank you so much for being here. It's been awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you, Piper. Yeah.
AR-13L,
Thank
the
you, Eric.
Mercmaid.
Thank you all so much for being here on Iron Age Nights, and we will see you all next time. Cheers, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Smash